you probably can just marry us, right?
I could marry you too.
It's California, man. I feel like at this point there's no real rules on marriage. Like anyone can, you just whatever you
People
want.
marrying dogs all of a sudden. No.
Oh God.
I'm trying to get everyone, past the Sandy Hook stuff.
Yeah.
So I could just be like,
Why are you bringing up Sandy Hook inside of like
There was
4 minutes?
There was a whole nother conspiracy thing. I was like, today I was listening to the radio and it was I think it was like Counterattack or one of the shows on Sirius XM.
I always assume Ben would be into some weird conspiracy theory
No,
shit.
it was like a big soccer conspiracy. I'm like, oh, where's Ed when I need him? Like it was perfect.
your
for you.
moment.
but he doesn't remember what it was.
It was something about Arsenal. I don't know.
I don't know. any
Great. I'm glad Ben is bringing the heat and the knowledge of whatever he wants to talk about, and just going, yeah, you know what?
That's
I don't
probably
know.
why I don't remember because it was like
Let me
an
tell
EPL
the story
story.
where I have no details.
I have no not even like
a
No,
loose framework.
remember. Yeah, not even like so you can even Google about it.
I listened to this thing this time when I was in the car. Don't know what day it was. Don't
I
know
mean,
what they were
we
talking
could
about.
go. Well, we'll talk about it later. The whole conspiracy theory that I was right on that could be happening with the galaxy maybe as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, we have some. There's
So-
players.
Dangle right there.
Yeah, that's,
players
it's
rumors
called
that we'll
tease.
talk
It's
about
called a tease. We call in the industry a tease.
Just tickle a little bit.
A little bit,
Okay.
you know.
Keep them fluffed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jesus. It's a good start. It's a lively episode
So
today.
this is your first show back from Portland.
Yes. Oh, I fucking needed that.
Let's get a little bit before we get into everything, like how
wait.
was-
Do we just welcome him back like that, or do we give him a little bit of shit?
For what?
you didn't even listen to last week's episode. So it's
You
fine.
didn't even listen to the show.
No. Do you have any idea what my week is like right now? I have so much shit going on.
My bad. It's cuffing season.
It's cuffing season, man. Yeah, cut me
I
a little
apologize.
bit, a little
You want,
slack.
before we move on from cuffing season, I've been instructed to ask you what the attire is.
I have been told it's like, I think it's like a
I like how we put that. Like, pretty much, my wife wants to know what,
Oh,
what to
100%.
wear, and your wife's telling you, okay,
Please.
you've been told.
if I knew off the top of my head, I would have just had an answer for you. I don't know, like, if your boss was like, I want to take you, like in a professional setting, your boss was like, I'm going to take you to dinner. That's how like a normal person listening to this would dress. Nice collar shirt. Don't get crazy. Don't get uncomfortable.
Well,
If you got sandals, you want to wear sandals on your shit, wear sandals because we're going to be on the beach. So like, if you want to just feel comfortable.
Yeah, I've
Like,
been meaning to send Erica a picture of like what I plan on wearing,
Yeah.
just to get the okay.
you're
just
gonna
be
wear
comfortable.
like an Angus Young type of cutoff suit type of thing, aren't you?
I mean, technically, I
Right.
only own shorts. I
I
think I
know.
own.
It's kind of my situation. I have one pair of pants.
I think I own a pant.
a pant.
Yeah, one pantaloon.
It's not even a whole set. It's just like one
Singular pant.
It's the ones
You're
that
like
have like
Jackie
the
Joyner
tear off
Kersey.
zipper,
Yeah.
so it become shorts. Bringing it back to 2005.
Yeah.
No, but the one pair of pants I do own, I'm gonna be like, hey, this is the outfit that I want to wear. Is it cool?
Is this acceptable?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And I kind of will be front and center with you too. So I mean,
just be comfortable and don't be dressed like an asshole. That's easy. Just moderate.
so don't bring my who has suit thumbs and needs a beer and it has the thing.
I was hoping you would show up in a zoot suit, just like entirely showing Erica up or doing your best, and just
Okay.
having her fucking stare daggers into you.
I was
going
gonna just bring my all white suit, but they'd say not to bring white.
like Tom Hanks and Big.
Yeah, like the penguin suit that has just like the flaps all the way down to my kinkles.
When,
Oh,
when
like
you
you're
said all
gonna sit
white
on
suit,
a
I thought
piano and be like,
And
I
then
thought you were
flap it
talking
back.
like some sort of linen, like like a Miami Vice type thing, with a T-shirt
that's, what
underneath.
that's how I should have fucking dressed.
Should have thought about that, man.
Yeah, like Crockett or Tubbs. Probably Tubbs. The black dude
Tubbs
always
is
like.
Why you
like
gotta be all racist, man?
Yo, Tubbs was fucking dope. Philip Michael Thomas, what are you talking about?
I didn't say he's not dope. I'm just saying, why you gotta be Tubbs? Why can't you be Crockett?
Man, fuck Crockett. Crockett is awful. Like Tubbs getting this guy out of horrible situations outside of the first episode of Miami Vice. And I know some shit about Miami Vice. Crockett's fucking up all the time, and Tubbs always got to come in there and bail him out. Every now and again, Tubbs' dick would get him in trouble. And he would he'd meet a black girl. It was because they had to keep the races. It's the 80s,
Yeah.
man. It was a whole different era.
A whole different.
It was a different time. But like Tubbs, he'd get in with some woman, and she was sister to a drug dealer or something like that, and he was on the case, and then Crockett's got to come and save the day. But that's like 1 in every 9 episodes. Really, it's not that often.
But they're ahead of their time.
They knew it was up. It's Fastlane in the 80s.
Breaking the color barriers,
That's it. Showing that we could all get
in the
along.
80s. Jesus, no one knows that TV show, anyways.
Nobody saw Fastlane?
You and I think some other person in the valley,
Yeah.
who was like the brother of the executive
Andrew.
producer. Yeah,
Fastlane was awesome. It's the best.
wasn't it with the what's
Bill Bellamy.
Wasn't Tiffany Amber Thesis in that too?
Yeah, and then or she was just Tiffany
When the hell
Thiessen, or
was
that
this?
was when she went
Thiessen?
back. It's like
Early
2000,
2000s?
What's it called?
2002, 2003. Fastlane.
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 Their theme song's done by Snoop Dogg, and it's fantastic. It's the best worst show you've ever seen, and absolutely everyone should watch it.
All right.
At
Let's
least
talk about,
season 1.
talk
Season
about
two
your
is-
Portland, because I
season
know
two's
you went back
special.
for a week.
Yeah, man.
You missed our show on Tuesday, even though we tried to get you to call in, but you just flat out was like, "No, I'm not gonna call in." So we're like, "All right."
Yeah, there's this person that I used to work with up there is kind of a basket case. He's this kid Chandler Harrison. He's a walking cyclone. I was getting every time I go back up to Portland, he and I have like dinner, or we'll have a drink, and that happened to be the time I was going to be able to do that. So it just didn't work out. I wanted to. I really wanted to call in.
So talk about
Hold on,
Portland.
wait a second.
What? Yeah, go.
Fastlane.
Really? We're
In
back
order
on
to
that?
watch it right now, you get it's not even for free. It's not even like Amazon Prime, like the free service. You got to pay for it.
You should pay for it. It's the best worst television
So,
show you've
yeah,
ever
it's-
seen.
All right.
No, I got to hit all my spots. I got I got a potbelly sandwich. I got a Blue Star donut. I didn't get to go to Cocoa Donuts, but whatever. Flying pie pizza, just all my
all
all
food.
the fucking
Everything food.
nothing but
All I
food.
heard was food in that. Like not like it's not spending time going down to the river, going back where we
We
live.
did go to the river. No, well, we hit all the things. I'm really into all the food I got to eat. I got some Tin Shed. I got all my fucking places.
Tin Shed is really good.
Tin Shed is fucking bomb. Thomas took
I was
Erica
gonna
and
mention- I was gonna mention,
Thomas took me and Erica met up with Thomas Phelps, he's a big Galaxy fan. He's on Twitter. We can get his Twitter and pimp that shit out. But we all went out to breakfast, and he fucking picked up the tab as a wedding present, which was fantastic. And no one, we didn't, and then no one expected it. And then we got to go right down the block from Tin Shed. And Tin Shed's this really, really good breakfast spot in Portland that everyone should go to. But right down the street is Great Notion Brewery, and we went there. It's a really nice brewery.
We went there when I was
Yeah, great beer.
I have a sticker
And
on
we
my-
went down there and had some. Yeah, you got their sticker. I got it. It's on my Hydro Flask
on
too.
my laptop.
Had a couple drinks there. It was a great time. We had Damien out, and he got to see kind of, all of our Portland stomps and just in the Alberta district, and then we went into downtown and back into Milwaukee and saw like all of our spots. It's kind of like being home again, and then getting to go watch a soccer game with the boys. It was a good trip, man. Really, really necessary.
Outside of the scoreline, it was a good fun trip. Which most of the time when you go watch an away game, you're gonna leave disappointed after the game, but
Yeah.
still have good times.
It was a good
Around it.
it was a good party. Like ACB traveled really, really well. Even partying in the I think it was the Blue Moon bar. The Galaxy had drink tokens, drink tickets, whatever. So got a couple free drinks out of it, and then a nice buzz on. Stroll into the stadium, forget most of the result, and then stumble out and go back home, man. And then Big Tony took me to the whiskey library in Portland, which I read about when I lived there. This place had 13,000 different types of whiskey.
I didn't even think there was that many.
He bought me
I don't think I could name you even 10.
I think under some pressure you could squeak out a couple.
But it's like 3 different flavors of Jack Daniels. I'm like
It's like Jim Beam,
Jim Beam.
red.
Yeah.
But
Start naming the colors, and you're more than likely gonna be right.
that's how you stretch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought me it was a $50 shot of whiskey, just a shot of Middleton Very Rare, and he was like, "Here, man, fucking enjoy this. Congratulations, sending me off into." It was a nice little mini bachelor party, so it was really nice.
Yeah. So we actually went this weekend also to the Galaxy 2 game to celebrate your little bachelor party here, just a little kickback.
Bachelor party number 3.
Yeah. We went to watch the Galaxy 2 on Saturday. Fun times as always. Just heckling random players.
Yeah. It was rough. That loss came fucking.
Yeah, G2 went up 2-0
Can
then-
snatch a loss from victory.
and then lost 3-2.
That was bad. But it's fun. We had
Yeah,
a
it was
good
fun,
time.
man.
Real
And then
good time.
afterwards we went hung out with the Capo Mike.
Mhm.
He invited us over to his house.
Yeah.
Very, very
Open and
hospitable.
welcoming. Yes.
It was very nice. We
Good
just
party.
got twisted, and I went
Nice.
home and just like I
Okay.
fell asleep in the lift on the way home. By the way,
I fell asleep on the lift. He woke me up when I got home, and then apparently I fell asleep on the couch until 3:00 in the morning, when Erica woke up and got me to bed.
nice.
It's good. It was a good time. That was the roughest of all all the bachelor parties by far.
Yeah. I woke up. My wife was like, "Yeah, you left the front door unlocked." I'm like, the Lyft driver was like, "Hey, we're here," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Get out.
Yeah. Stumbling into my house.
Well, it sounds like it was a good time.
It was a fun time. It was a good time. Oh, look who's here.
Ew.
Creepy ass Andre Alisana. He has to go take a piss, so he'll be back. Let's start on some Lars news, or do you want to wait for Andrew? Just start the jingle.
May as well start it because
Yeah, start the jingle. He'll be done by the time it comes on.
Mars News! This is Mars News! It's not real news! This is just Mars News! About stuff and things we want to talk about! Mars News! This is Mars News!
It's locked? The door's locked for real?
Is it really?
Pop in here. They're trying to keep the
This is
riffraff
straight-
out.
Straight Gardena homes.
Keep the riffraff out. Andrew Alisana,
What's
welcome,
going on,
sir.
What's going on? High five that.
Are you?
Why?
When did you get in?
Right now.
Just right now.
There's some pot over there.
So-
if you want, make you feel better.
I don't know if you've kept up with the adventures of Andrew and Mario over the weekend or the week, but they took 30 hours to get to Atlanta this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's on.
Nah, here,
Jesus Christ.
take mine.
So Andrew, if you follow Andrew or Mario on Twitter, you've seen that they went on this epic road trip to Atlanta for the weekend. Oh my! And then Andrew literally just got back, and now he's on the show.
Hello?
There you go. You're good.
There we go. Yeah, we're good now.
Oh no, go
Yeah,
There you go,
there we
there you
go.
go.
So-
Hey, I can hear myself now too.
talk about your adventures, man.
Oh man,
You're
I don't know. I got
fresh
voicemails.
back right now?
I left. Yeah, I just dropped off Mario.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming,
I
man.
drove the entire way, 100% of that drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't he drive?
Well, we kind of got freaked out in New Mexico.
What
so-
happened? Well, what happened in New Mexico? For people who I know you don't have a social media presence,
Yeah.
so explain what happened in New Mexico.
So I got stopped going 4 over, right? It's 79 and a 75. And I was going around a truck too, so I wasn't like dipping.
It wasn't crazy.
No. On the way here though, from Arizona, like all through New Mexico, I went 75 because we didn't want
Right.
we had a bad experience.
Why do you think he got pulled over?
I don't know. I think they thought I had drugs. Because so I got pulled over.
Well, you come
They-
from California. You got to have drugs.
Right.
Something
They ask for my ID, whatever. They take me to the squad car, start questioning me. Okay, what are you doing? Tell them. Okay. And then he leaves me there, and he goes to talk to Mario, and then he comes back, and I don't think it helped because I like brain farted and forgot Mario's last name.
Oh, awesome.
And so I was like, and then like after he walked away, there was a rookie cop that was there too.
To be fair, how many of your homies like last names you know?
A
Like
lot.
a handful. Really, a
lot.
lot?
Yeah, I know.
You don't think you know your
I
friends'
keep-
last names?
I keep
Not a lot
everyone
of
in
them.
my phone with their last name.
What's Ed's
I don't
last
do that.
name?
Rodriguez.
I literally say it every week on the show.
Yeah.
The guy at the beginning.
that
of the
doesn't
show.
I don't,
mean-
I don't
that
listen to
doesn't
this show.
mean-
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, the guy in the beginning.
Literally, the
actually,
guy at the beginning of the show is Ed Rodriguez.
every time.
So then he goes and talks to Mario, and then like as he's walking away, or like while he was already over there talking to Mario, I was like, Laura. His last name's Laura. I was like, fuck. And then the rookie cop was laughing at me. He was cool the whole time, but then like he comes and he tells me he's gonna give me a warning. It's a written warning. There's no point on my license. There's no fee. I don't have to pay anything. Otherwise, I'd have to go see a judge. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
So all right, he writes it up, and then I sign it. All right, we're good. And then like I start to walk away. He's like, wait, I have questions. And then he asks me more questions.
Wait. Was this the experienced cop or the rookie cop?
Experienced cop.
All right.
He was like real thorough and by the book. He wasn't like a dick.
like how old do you think he was?
Probably in his mid to late 30s, maybe early 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't his first rodeo. He made sure. Do you understand? Every like 5 minutes. Like, yeah, I understand. Okay, all right.
Well, it's like a dude in the ghetto, like, nah, I mean,
Yeah.
nah, I mean,
So then like
yeah. I get
he's
what
like,
you
well,
Yeah,
can I search your car? And it's a canine cop. So I thought, all right, he's gonna bring the dog out, look around my car. All right, fine. Like, so first he asked me like, do you have drugs in there? And then he goes through every single drugs. And then I stopped him at some point. I'm like, I have apples. Like, and then he's like,
mean.
okay,
What is that code for?
I don't know. And then he's like, do you have do you have humans? Do you have any people in the car besides your friend in the front seat? I'm like, no.
You trafficking
And I'm like, where would I
I
hide
think that's
these
what they're
people?
accusing you of.
So then they go through the car from the back to the front, right? And then they get to the hood, they pop the hood, they look through it. Me and Mario are like, oh, we're good. Like, it's almost over. It's 20 minutes. And then they start going back through the car. And then two more cop cars come. And that's when I'm like, fuck, I look at Mario. I'm like, damn, we're about to get fucked right now. But like this dude legit brought out tools. Like he brought out tools to like pop open the like paneling and shit.
Wait, Andrew. Now, where are you guys like in the middle of the sticks, New Mexico, or are you guys like?
Yeah,
Albuquerque,
we're an
or what?
hour outside of Albuquerque.
Damn.
You got fucking profiled. Man.
Yeah. So then
You are lucky you didn't get fucked by some cops.
So then they took all their stuff out and popped
He's
all
like
the
taking out
paneling
pockets,
off.
like, what is this?
They're like tapping shit on the hood.
As
They're like
as
going
undoing his
through.
shirt.
Yeah.
And then at some point, Mario's like waving his hand because they told us not to move, but like if you need us, wave your hand. And I'm like, what do you need, Mario? What's going on? He's like, there's a snake, and I didn't really hear him. Like, there's like what? He's like, there's a snake. I'm like, where? He's like, right there. It's like 4 feet from me. I'm like, oh, the cops, hey.
I have an emergency,
So then we go and tell them, and the rookie cop looks, and he's like, I don't think he realized what we said. I'm like, there's a snake here, and then he walks over and looks. He's like, oh, and then he turns around, and I'm like, I'm in sandals. We're wearing sandals. Can we move to the back of the cop car? Can we go back to the cop car where you are? So we move.
Safe.
Yeah, we move, and they separate us because they don't want us like, I don't know, interacting with each other.
They
Yeah,
don't want you
whatever.
forming a plan
Right.
against
They already
you, dude.
pat us down. We didn't have weapons and shit, whatever. And then they start throwing rocks at the snake to like make it move.
Go on, get.
And the snake starts going towards them. I'm like, yeah, just piss off the snake. It's
Piss
real
him off,
smart.
yeah.
So yeah,
Like,
eventually
you guys
they
have,
threw.
like, batons or like.
Eventually they threw a rock and it went into the bushes, which is like, me and Mario were like, well, now we can't see where it fucking goes. And it's gonna go
Yeah.
towards us and shit.
You're not helping the situation.
So yeah, that was New Mexico. We were kind of like, fuck New Mexico from there on out.
Oh,
And then I went the speed limit in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And when I got out of New Mexico, that's when I told Ben, I'm like, yeah, I can make it, because I flew through Arizona and I fucking booked it. I was supposed to be here at like 10:30.
Oh
So-
wow!
Damn, you cut an hour every time.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Sounds about right.
Aren't you glad to be back in California?
I am. As soon as we got into California, we're like, we feel safe now.
We're in our safe space.
I'm never leaving California again.
Well, it's good to hear. It's good to see you back, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad you had a good time.
Safe
How
travels.
are your bowels?
They're all right. I took a pretty big dump that night,
So
and then the next morning.
Segued in very
Yeah, sorry, Steven.
yeah, sorry, buddy.
But
yeah. So if you don't know, if you don't follow Andrew on Twitter, it's at SamoaBob, or if you follow Mario, Died in Marseille, I believe
Yeah,
is his Twitter
yeah.
handle. My dude tried the 72-ounce steak challenge.
Yeah, the big Texan.
That's a
70, it's like the original food challenge in America. Yeah, it's not smart.
So if you want to go check that out. You can see all the results on there.
Yeah, I didn't win, so that's what
You have
people
to
are
eat the
waiting.
entire meal, right?
You have to eat the entire meal. So you have to eat. There's a baked potato, a small salad. This is a pretty small salad. 3 shrimp, 3 fried shrimp.
Right.
A roll, a dinner roll, and then the 72-ounce steak.
That's
72
so much.
ounces of
What's
meat.
it cost you to just try that?
So it's free if you can do it, but it's $72 if you can't. And I paid. That's about $1 an ounce. Not that bad. I ain't
think
mad at it.
I looked up the
It's an experience.
the caloric intake. And it
Oh
was-
yeah.
Hold on, it's got to be like.
You wanna
It's
take a
1
guess?
hour.
Yeah. Let me take a guess. I'm guessing 6 days worth, so that's got to be
6 days.
6 days of what?
What?
You're way high.
6 days worth of calories.
You're
Not-
way high.
I think it's got to be.
This is riveting radio. I'm
You're
telling you
way
guys
high.
right now. This is so good.
12,000.
6,937 calories.
Yeah, see,
for the
it's
whole
not that
meal. That's a,
crazy.
Damn.
that's a lot of calories,
Nah,
man.
that ain't that crazy.
What
I've
do
done that in beer in a day alone.
It's like 2.5 days worth of
Yeah.
food.
I'll be recommending.
It's like
calorie
4th
intake.
of July for me every year.
Hey, but it was an admirable
liquid
shot.
diet too. Yeah. I got to 16 ounces. I finished the salad because I was eating the salad. I was eating the salad
You
in
gotta let
between.
it go. He went for it, right?
So like Mario was looking up like tips, and it was like, oh, you don't want to, you don't
Yeah,
flavor
wanna,
fatigue.
You want to eat the salad last.
No, they said this is what they said.
Starch is
So
last.
you gotta do the steak first. Starch is last, but the salad you could use to like
Buffer.
cleanse your palate
Okay.
because there's flavor fatigue. And I'm thinking I'm never gonna be fucking tired of steak. I can eat steak for days and days. I'll never get tired of it. But you definitely get to a point where you're like, fuck, I can't even like taste this
Oh,
anymore.
man. And then to a point, like you, as a bigger dude, you have to eat the salad first Because if you eat this entire big ass steak and this big ass potato, and the only thing that stops you from completing this meal is finishing a tiny salad, you're gonna hear about that shit for the rest of your life.
So Matt
You start with the salad.
Matt is in the YouTube chat, or the chat on youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. First of all, he's saying the biggest surprise: Andrew finished a salad, first time ever. And then he has a lightning round question: why did Andrew consent to the search?
Because I figured he had a dog, and he already heard my story, and Mario said the same shit I did, and it would the dog would smell around, and then he would come and look inside the car real quick,
See
be
if
like,
nothing
"Oh,
happened.
you guys are on a road trip. There's bags of clothes here. There's a bag of food.
Mhm.
There's a cooler with drinks and some food." I mean, that's pretty. Like what would I be hiding? I don't know.
Hey, that's how they got Carlton and Will Smith on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like Carlton said it was fine for them to search the car, and next thing they know, they were in jail, and Carlton was learning about racism. You just got to protect your rights. You got to know. Keep the cops away.
Yeah.
All right,
do
so
what you can.
let's get into it a little bit. First of all, there's not much Lars news. Check out the social medias for any viewing parties happening this weekend. But speaking of viewing parties, there is going to be a Galaxy pub crawl. It's hosted by the Galaxy. So if you go to lagalaxy.com, you can search. There's the pub crawl that's happening. It starts at 2 p.m. First up is at Dogs Bar and Grill, 5300 East 2nd Street in Long Beach.
They would go to 2nd Street though.
Yeah,
Right.
of course. Right.
Anyways.
Because they ain't down for a 4th Street pub
No,
crawl,
I
man.
know, but whatever. All right, for sure.
So there's a couple stops there. You guys can all read that. I know Tucker
I'll
just
be
trying to
there.
try to be out there.
Yeah.
I think Matt said he might come out for that too. I mean, a couple
Should be fun.
should be
So
fun.
Me and Eric
I
will be
haven't
there.
confirmed it, but we asked Alex on the way down here. They are giving you a Modelo cup, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
every Modelo you drink.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's for every Modelo you
For
drink.
every
It
Modelo
says-
you
and
drink.
it's not a glass. It says glass
Oh, it
on
says
there,
glass,
but it's
yeah.
not a glass.
All those plastic cups.
It's either plastic or aluminum.
It's probably those plastic cups.
That's what I'm thinking.
But yeah, so they said
If it was glass, I would drink like 40 Modelos.
along the
Oh,
bar
yeah, I would
And then
get as
just-
many as possible.
along the bar crawl,
How many
fans
can
will-
I have?
fans will receive a co-branded LA Galaxy / Modelo pint glass for every Modelo purchase.
Even aluminum, I'd
I'd be down. I don't want
yeah.
plastic, but it's like I'll take aluminum.
Like you remember those Galaxy Stein cups that they had
Mm-hmm.
as a giveaway? I think it was like for something.
Was that at the Oktoberfest?
I think so. But they were like 16 ounces. They're like little plastic pieces of shit.
Nah, I don't remember that.
They were bad. Anyways, so you can go check that out on the Galaxy website. Also, for Galaxy fans and season ticket holders, they're gonna do the like second time this year they've done like a season ticket holder event. It's gonna be the Galaxy at the theaters, something, which is I'm trying to read into it and it sounds really strange. Like it's literally gonna be like an autograph session, but at a movie theater. So, season ticket members will be assigned to each theater and will have the opportunity to receive autographs from LA Galaxy first team players. All season ticket members will receive complimentary popcorn and a drink at the event with additional concessions items available for purchase. So I really don't understand why they're having this at a movie theater.
Why not?
They're
It
trying
just-
to sell candy.
It just seems real strange.
It sounds like they're just trying to sell
They're
candy.
trying to get a candy
Yeah.
sponsor.
They're like we're gonna have
We need Skittles.
LA Galaxy brought to you by Nutter Butters.
Yeah.
Ethan Zubak and Chris Pontius are signing autographs, and please purchase the Snickers.
Next to like the newest Godzilla poster.
Yeah,
What they should do is get a director like DTK to field questions.
that'd be nice.
Yeah,
like
like-
do like,
Like
a nice
that
town
would,
hall.
that would make sense if it was like
Yeah,
in the
right,
theater
see?
and they were doing like a town hall thing, but it doesn't.
Some of those ideas over
It doesn't
there.
say
I
that.
know.
It's so
And
strange.
I'm going on, just
You're on
crazy.
fumes.
Yeah, crazy amount of that. Yeah.
All right, so that's I mean, there's really not much news. Check out the socials for all your.
I do know
big
that
party
ACB
events.
is having a barbecue on Saturday, I believe. I don't know much about it. I just know they're doing a barbecue.
So check that out
Yeah.
on the
Your
Angel City
socials,
Riot
yeah.
socials, and they're always posting like viewing
Yeah.
parties everywhere. So go check that out. Let's talk about the game. Andrew, you were there in person.
I was there in person.
Let's give us some of your the details on your trip, and
So I missed like
and
the
the stadium.
last 5-6 minutes of the game.
we'll lead up to that.
Yeah,
Lead
okay.
up to that.
But the first half was actually pretty good. I was pretty positive about the first half. I mean, there's 2 deflected goals. I think that it was very easy for them to get into our final third. There was these balls that were just going straight through the middle,
Mhm.
and then they would pass out and then pass back in, and that's exactly how they scored both
Over,
times. Now they didn't score, but whatever. It is what it is. But there was some life in the attacking, in the attacking portion of the field, which I wasn't super expecting.
that first half, and
Yeah.
I'll go to the grave. There was actually a pretty well played game by the Galaxy.
We needed to get a goal in that first half,
Yeah.
and once we got to the half without one, it was like,
Yeah.
outside
Antuna
of those,
Antuna missed a pretty decent chance that he probably
Mhm.
should have put away. Fabio looked active. I kind of want him to go for goal more often.
I want him to calm down and just do like the simple, easy, because there's a lot of like flair and trying to make like these really
you can
exciting passes get off, and it's like if you can do the basic, you would be able to perform so much
Yeah,
better.
It doesn't have to be
It
complicated.
doesn't have to be
MLS. I get that.
complicated. Yeah.
and you
I get
can
that.
see he's not.
But he's going into space and he's passing into space. He's good at that. But I like just do the last part, just finish.
Yeah.
But I think you can see he wasn't comfortable playing on plastic. Like the
Sure.
ball would get stuck under his feet a
Possibly.
lot. So I think it had to do with that a lot too. But I thought the first half he looked active. Antuna takes way too much time in the box. Like
Yeah.
there was an opportunity. He was literally 1-on-1 with the keeper,
I think he keeps forgetting that Zlatan wasn't playing.
Yeah,
So it was
he's,
like,
like,
oh,
looking
where do
for
I
him
pass
to
it? Oh no, I gotta shoot.
and
Fuck.
the defender just
No, wait,
literally
it's me.
just took the ball like slid.
That's
took the
my
ball
job
from-
this time. Yeah.
But outside the 2 own goals, I mean, it was really actually I thought
Yeah.
it was a
It was
good.
a very even half, I think.
It was and then, like the pace of the game was
Yeah,
crazy.
It was crazy high. Yeah,
It was
that
crazy
which is
fast paced.
which
It was
is
fun.
should have been a I don't know, foreshadowing into.
Well, if you're on-
we can't keep up that pace
Yeah.
that often.
It was nice if you're gonna have an advertisement for the league on Fox, like on an over-the-air channel 11. That first half is
Yeah.
what you want
Yeah,
to show
exactly.
for MLS. Look how excited, even without
Could have done with a
Zlatan-
real goal, not an own goal, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certainly not two. But even without Zlatan, which is part of the reason we're on channel 11 today, it's still exciting. It's still a good show. And then we hit halftime.
Oh, you don't talk about the own goals? Like,
Yeah.
you're skipping, dog. You're skipping.
I mean,
a lot.
I'm
You're skipping so much.
it was just. I don't know.
What else is there to say?
Yeah, it
I mean,
was.
Let's talk
So
about
there-
the first one. Let's talk about the first goal.
Go ahead.
I would say avoidable.
Sure.
I don't know if you put that down to.
I think
Communication
Romney.
issues?
I think Romney was really trying his hardest.
He's
played-
showcasing, man.
He was
Showcasing
really
it.
trying to stay on that field.
Mhm.
He was really trying to earn some minutes.
He
And
hardly
he
gets
ju-
any, so he's
and
like,
he
I got to do my
he
best.
just went a little too hard on that one. Probably should have let it go.
Didn't just play his game.
But
yeah,
so
he
what-
probably should have let that ball go.
So you don't think it might have been a communication thing where Bingham or
If you,
So
if,
I
John
saw some
Carly
people
didn't
say
call him?
that. I saw some people say that it might have been Bingham's fault. I don't see how that one is Bingham's. I don't see how that particular goal.
yeah,
if you don't call him off or like you don't say anything to him, I mean, he's gonna
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
I got to try to get to this ball.
I,
But if
I
you
think the
look
only
at-
criticism you could say of Bingham is that he was committed the other way.
yeah.
He was very committed the other way, and he couldn't react fast enough.
There
But
was
I don't even think if he didn't commit, he would have reacted fast enough to that. But
it's really quick.
yeah, it would
It's-
happen very.
It's all happening really, really fast. And to the point about Romney, the moment the goal goes in and the camera kind of pans back, they end up zooming on his face, and it looks dejected. He looks like someone who is trying way too hard and is, as you say, trying to maximize the minute that he's getting and maybe just doing more than he normally would or normally ought to, and
Well, you
not
got
as
to
calm as he would
you got to
normally
imagine
be.
those are going to be.
He put his head into the grass immediately.
Yeah,
when,
you
he,
gotta
when he
imagine-
saw it go in, he was like,
Fuck, I can't believe it.
"Yeah."
You got to imagine those are going to be his last minutes until like Cruz Azul. Like
Yeah.
even then, you're like he might not
It
get.
might
minutes
just
in.
be his last minutes, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Well, tomorrow might be active.
I mean, how many games has he played this year? Like
I think
4?
four or five.
It's got to be the first game he started, right?
No, I feel like he might have done.
No, he might have started another one. I know he's come in for garbage minutes, like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
10
I
minutes.
feel like he started in the Open Cup. I can't remember. I feel like he started in the Open Cup against like Portland.
Yeah, I mean, does that count though?
Not well it doesn't- from the organization standpoint. No,
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was. It was like a showcase moment. He like needed to put himself out there.
Yeah, and he did. He tried. You could see him very, very. He was aggressive in that game. He was very aggressive in that first half, and yeah.
But I mean, I think it was more of like a poor communication issue for sure. Like
But whose fault is that? Who do
either
you fault on
Gonzalez
that?
or Bingham needs to be like, hey, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just
wow,
let
he
it go.
has 6 games this year for
But
for the league.
they got to be all
For the league.
Yeah, for
Oh,
the
wow,
league.
that's surprising.
starts or just
He started
No.
against Vancouver. He got 90 minutes. Started against Kansas City. Got 90 minutes. Cincinnati and San Jose got 90 minutes, and 90 minutes against Atlanta, and then he got 1 minute against the Earthquakes as a sub. Like he's got a couple
Mm.
games.
all right
Couple games. Open Cup played
against
in,
teams that we thought were going to be garbage.
Yeah.
yeah. But he's did pretty well. Win. Shellacken against
Oh
San
yeah, there
Jose.
was that point where he was playing, and they were like, "We haven't lost under Romney,"
Let's keep it going. Oh yeah, and
and then we lost against San Jose. I think
Has
it's
the season,
what
has the
happened.
season been that long? Or I can't even remember that.
it happens. It happens all the time.
But I mean, and then you have the second own goal with Giancarlo, and then I think someone pointed out, had he not got to that ball, Joseph Martinez was right there. When he
Yeah,
scored
he
that
was right
goal.
behind him. Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there.
I don't know who to blame for that one. I don't really have anyone to blame
Gonzalez.
for that one.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
you put it down to poor positioning, right?
Or you could put it down to the fact that it's turf, and if that's grass, he
Another player
clears
not
it,
used to it. Yeah.
because it like slides off his boot. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't come at it right. I don't know.
Oh well.
Do you think it's more of just like I mean, all year we've been garbage on the wings defending,
Yeah,
and this
but
is just
see,
a
it was
showcase of
well.
both
See,
own goals.
I don't think it was the outside back's
But
fault.
do we even if it is, do we play that bad if if we're healthy and we have the full complement of our back line? If we're not missing anyone through suspension, if Polenta's playing, if Araujo's playing, do we have the same, you know what I mean? Do we have the same game? If we have the ability to outlet the ball a little bit better from the defense, so if they're playing from if we're launching the ball out to, say, a Zlatan, who would normally be able to hold it up a little bit longer, are they feeling the same amount of pressure as they always are? I know it's a bad game, and it's Atlanta, and it's it's a high score, and it was a big marquee game, but I don't know. I'm in a real no one got injured kind of mode with it, because I think if we were healthier, and we probably still lose, we just don't lose as bad. You know what I mean? And for 2 own goals from Giancarlo not playing next to his normal partner, who was out, and
Well, was on the bench.
who was on the bench, and
I don't think, does anyone got any reason why Stairs started on the bench?
maybe resting. I mean,
yeah, just
That's what I put it down to.
give
or
him
you got a bad game in Portland, give him a game off.
he definitely a bad game in Portland.
Well,
But,
I mean, literally every single person who played. that
Yeah.
game had a bad
and
game
look,
for
and
them.
it's a match coming in we were probably going to lose to begin with. So it's like 2 own goals, one from Romney, who genuinely may not ever play a minute with the Galaxy again, and Giancarlo, who is in a mixture bad situation from a defensive standpoint, even to kind of relieve pressure. And it's just what's getting barraged in the second half as everyone's walking.
I think so. I think it was with Eliezer House, who I was
Mhm.
having a little back and forth with on Twitter. We were trying to figure out, like, why is Stairs on the bench and why is Romney starting, and I pointed out to him, like, we have 6 games in August.
Yeah.
There's so many games this month.
At some point, you got to start
have to-
prioritizing.
The guy who's played your most minutes, you need to put him on the bench and rest him for a little.
Just every now and again.
Every now and then.
And Atlanta's a good game to bench someone.
Yeah.
On that terrible surface. Actually, it's supposed to be one of the better surfaces of the turf
Of what it
surfaces.
is.
Well, everyone
yeah.
says that Portland is supposed to be the better of the.
Yeah, because they just put it down. But like, come on, you're in Portland. How do you not have grass in Portland? Anyways, that's a whole other conversation. Yeah, no, I get it. I think it was, we always said from the get go, well, man, Stairs is balling out. Like, as soon as he has a bad game, you've got
The
you've
stats
got
of Stairs. I remember. That's see,
you've got
true
those
colors.
You've got those people that are coming up behind you that we brought in for that specific reason.
Mhm.
I think that may also be it. He had a bad game. It's time to try what we were going to have as our center back pairing, but yeah.
I don't know. I think I still prefer Polenta playing left back, which opens up a little bit of room for Stairs,
Only because we have no real left back.
because we have no
or-
real left back. Yeah, but it's like accepting that situation.
Yeah.
Polenta's our best option at left back. If we're looking for a regular starter, Polenta's
Yeah.
our best option.
Yeah.
So you do a Stairs, Giancarlo. I'm much more in Ed's boat now of go ahead and start Julian Araujo at right back. We're fine, especially if we end up locking down.
But you weren't down with
I
that?
wasn't originally. I was
Really?
young players. for
You're
me,
like all about him though.
I think he's phenomenal.
But you
But-
don't want him to start.
I want to taper.
I think he might have been worried. Yeah, I think a little worried about burning the kid out. Maybe.
Yeah, but you look at Efrain Alvarez. All these people are like, Efrain's got to start. He's got to start now. Every time he gets on the field, it's a little hot. It's a little cold. It's not.
People are like, "Ooh."
He's not consistent, and I don't want to.
Well,
burn out a 16 or 17 or 18.
I'm more comfortable starting Araujo than I am Efra.
I agree with that 100%. He's shown more consistently that he can do it,
And
but
it's
now
more
we're
of
at
an
a point-
area need too.
But now he's at a point where he shows more consistently than the guy who starts ahead of him. So it's like whenever Julian's on the field, it's okay. His defense is a little questionable. He can work on that, but what he gives going forward and what he gives in attack and what helps relieve pressure on the defense, kind of we don't have anywhere else. And it's what we wanted from Felcher originally, but it just
Well, I
hadn't
think
worked out.
it's the opposite of what you're talking about. I think Felcher's the guy who goes forward and is actually better going forward than Julian is.
He's
Julian
better.
is
He's
definitely
better
the
at
better defender.
crossing, but he's not better at going forward.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Rolf is better at crossing, but that's it.
Well,
He's
what do you
slow-
what
but
do you,
he's
us,
slow,
you
he
need from
slows
your
balls.
defender who's going up the wing? What do you want better?
As a right back,
crossing?
Rolf is so
I need him
slow.
to win the ball. I need him to
Track
move.
back.
I need him to move
Well,
into
Julian,
open space.
Julian is definitely the better defender, and I think that's why what you need for that game is who you play in that position. So if you know that, say their right side is not going to be our right side is going to be stronger than their left side, you send Felcher in there because he's going to be able to get up and help in the attack. Maybe not need to come back so much and help defend him because he's not as good a defender as Julian is. But Julian, who is a better defender, isn't as good in that attacking third. Because you've seen his crosses they're bad.
Yeah.
They're
They
bad.
need some work.
They need work.
He's what,
Yeah.
17? He needs
Exactly.
some work.
Exactly.
That's why we were at an Argentinian coach, right? That's why we,
That's the whole
to,
point.
to teach the kids.
Yeah, it'll be
Oh,
fun.
I've been on.
But I'm on your
Araujo
side,
train since
Yeah,
day one, man.
I'm fully on board. Go ahead and start.
Choo choo,
So you should
motherfucker.
start.
Choo choo.
You sons of bitches.
But going back to that first half, I want to talk about and we saw this in the not Vancouver, up against Minnesota, where we didn't have Zlatan, so we played this more fluid style. Like it's more like the passing was 1-2 touches. Like I mean, it looked good. It looked really good. Maybe on real grass, we might have seen a better result.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I thought the guys played fast.
Yeah.
They played. I mean, they got the ball and immediately like we got to move it up the field.
Yeah. I think there was a couple times where I was shouting like, "Just fucking dump the ball in, and Tuna or Fabio will get it. Just dump it. There's one defender back there covering those two
Well,
guys."
and I realized that. And so one thing I saw from Antune in this game, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive. It's his timing on those runs.
Yeah.
He actually times them. Like the first half, he had two that we had to play the ball over.
You just can't do
and,
anything
I mean,
with it at
and,
that point.
I know that's the thing. If you're good at the runs, you need to be better at actually trying to
Yeah.
finish those chances.
That's one of those things where if you can get him and Fabio on the same page, because Fabio does when he's on, he does play some really really good
He
through
does.
balls. If you can get him and Uriel on the same page, and they bickering through the whole Atlanta game.
Oh,
So-
Antuna,
Did you see the
I saw
video of
that.
them?
Antuna had some
He had a
stick up his
couple
ass,
of
man.
So Antuna and Fabio are walking out, and Antuna's very adamantly yelling about
screaming at
something,
him,
screaming
yeah.
about something. But someone was like, "Oh, look, it's like Fabio. He's yelling at Fabio." But we don't even know that he's yelling at Fabio. He could be yelling about the ref.
About someone else,
he
yeah.
could be yelling about the
It's-
field.
It's the passion.
it literally
dude.
could be
It's that
anything.
fiery Latin
And now
blood.
we're like, "Oh yeah, he's yelling about."
Well,
Fabio
during
being
the game,
problem.
there's a few moments where
yeah,
it's Uriel and Joe Corona keep like gesturing towards what's his name, Fabio Alvarez, and there's a lot of like, you throw your hand in the air. I'm not listening to you, whatever. So it's like I wonder if there's
there was a time where Antuna made a run and I think he got tripped up
Yeah.
and Fabio didn't play the pass like right away. Or I remember him being on the ground and looking back and yelling at Fabio.
looking really pissed.
Yeah, and he was like mad about something. But I mean, I don't know. I think of the two, Fabio had the better game than Antuna did.
Yeah.
He played better passes. He played. I think if that's how we're gonna play in the future, then oh man, that's gonna be. I don't know. We just need
Well,
a
this was-
striker. So we just need a striker who can pass as well as score.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about that real soon.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that later on today. Anything else from that first half? I mean, you want to move on to the second one?
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about the second half.
Second half. I mean, look,
Team
you're
Lagas,
Atlanta at
Just
home.
gassed.
Yeah, you're Atlanta at home. You're 2 goals up. You're 2 goals at home. You're 2 goals up at home, and you just shut the game. You just shut the game down. The midfield looked dead at that point, which I actually had a problem with the midfield in the first half because I felt like they weren't getting pressure on the guys in the
Fucking Damon
midfield,
Star.
and the midfield was able to make passes like deep into our attacking third like really easily.
Yeah.
And so I had a problem with that, but then the midfield in the second half just kind of couldn't control.
We
shit.
just looked
Yeah,
exhausted.
Yeah, we just look dead, man.
Yeah, we can't keep up that pace.
No,
Yeah, and Atlanta.
you would think that you would think that a team that's focused on fitness and having the butcher as your head whatever health conditioning coach.
Conditioning, yeah, sure. These guys are
and
playing a
being-
lot
when
of
they were
minutes
doing
now.
like 2 days, 3 days, like whatever. Like
Yeah.
you thought they would like, oh, we're going to be the most fit team by the end of the year.
Do you guys think that the Galaxy, this Galaxy team as constructed, is mentally weak? because anytime we go down a goal or go down 2
We're
goals,
done.
it's over.
It's over. Yeah. Outside of LAFC,
Yeah.
LAFC were really good at kind of
Yeah.
staying focused and
There's a whole different
Well, I think
element
that
for
this
some
has been
reason.
pointed out a little bit on social media too. Is that with GBS's style, it's not like, hey, we get scored on, or if we score a goal, we're gonna sit back and we're just gonna like write it out. There's no Bruce ball.
Bruce in it. Yeah.
There's no Bruce ball with GBS. So when we get the ball, we're constantly like still trying to push a lot of plays
Progress.
forward. So that leaves our guys in the back. We've seen that have a bit of difficulty, this year defensively. So you leave them without your outside wingers like helping out defensively. You're leaving just one guy in is it Kevin? Because it was Kevin this last night, right?
this week.
Yeah, this
he's
week
back
it was
to
Kevin because he actually was like he actually had a decent game. So you're leaving them
Well, then
exposed.
Well, he's Perry. No, he's
Yeah,
Perry when he's good.
Perry when he's good.
He's
He
Kevin
gets
when
his
he's
name.
bad.
Oh no, then he's Perry because he was actually pretty good this
Yeah,
year.
Yeah,
was
he
actually
gets his
pretty good.
name when he's good. He
I-
loses.
I-
He
for-
loses his name
For a
when
second,
he's
I was like,
bad.
wait, which one was his real name? I was like, I couldn't remember. But yeah, so Perry Kitchen had a decent game. He was actually our highest rated player on Who Scored. If you leave those guys exposed, I mean, you saw Atlanta constantly 4 or 5 attackers every time they got the ball and they were pushing it forward. So you guys leaving those, and you have look. Let's be honest, Romney, who hasn't really showed much this year. Shelvick, who's Shelvick. I mean,
I don't think Shelvick had that terrible of a game. I really don't. It wasn't that bad. He let in a few balls that from that side.
Yeah.
One of them came to the own goal, right? But I really don't think he played that terribly.
he definitely wasn't the worst defender on the night.
All things considered, it was a Jorgen Shelvick game, but it wasn't excessively Jorgen Shelvick. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't outstanding. It was fine.
Yeah, it was
Like,
okay.
all things considered, given how everyone
it was
played.
serviceable.
Yes, given how everyone played, he was one of the back four.
Yes.
He didn't have that standout Shelvick-esque moment. He was just no different than everyone else.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. That's fair. I agree with that.
But then you have those guys, but they're going to get just bombarded,
Yeah,
and
the
they're
backs were getting
Yeah.
were getting worked, and it was obvious. But I mean, they were getting a lot of work. I wouldn't say they were getting worked, but they were getting a lot of work. There's a lot for them to do in that game.
And then the penalty happens. Clear. It's a clear penalty. I mean, go back and watch it. It's a clear penalty.
I actually haven't seen a replay.
He kicks the guy. He kicks the guy.
Okay,
I
so
got
I haven't
it,
seen
I
a
can show you.
replay, but so
Like he kicks the knee, and we were watching. Actually, we were watching the second half before we came on. And who is it that was in the commentary?
Stuart Holden.
Stuart Holden. So he basically takes out his knee. He's like, "Oh, I'm squeamish for his knee." I'm like, "Bro, come on."
Don't
dude.
be
Calm
the
down.
don't
be
be
that
the
guy.
Taylor Twellman of knee injuries.
I was like, because you got some bitch ass knees.
There you go.
Oh wait, Andrew's Chris in the middle of the show just showing a video because
You
that's
can keep talking.
that's
yeah,
good podcasting.
I mean, there's 3 people here. It works.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
it's crazy that he's showing a video in the
So-
middle.
They don't know he's
Yeah,
seeing a
but
video.
you also
You're
were
supposed
talking
to
when
talk.
he showed me. Anyways,
Yeah, there's 4 people. Bet you forgot Ben.
there's 4 people. I'm sorry. There's 3 people on mics, I guess. Ben, are you talking today or what's going on? I've been here for 25
No, man.
minutes.
When you come, I don't talk. It works better that way.
Oh, okay.
It
Anyways,
works for everybody, dude. Just for him not
He kicks
to
the shit
stop
out.
up.
second half was boring as fuck.
Fuck Tucker's friend.
Second,
so loud.
yeah, that was really loud. The second half was
Ears were
pretty
bleeding.
boring. At some point, maybe like the 70th minute, I don't remember, but I got up, I took off my scarf, I took off my LA hat, and I'm like, I'm gonna go over to the Atlanta United supporters section just to see
Let's go see what there is to
Yeah, I
see.
don't know, see what it's about, right?
Because you mentioned like is it because there's like such a big stadium like you really don't hear him from the other
No,
side?
you don't hear them at all from the other side. All you
That's
hear
weird.
is drums. Want to hear something weirder? When you get there and you're standing on the concourse above it, there was other Galaxy fans there, which is kind of like crazy to me that would be allowed.
I think they were like you. They were like, hey, let's just check it out.
I guess so. They were standing up there like for a while. Anyways, like imagine being in Buena Vista Social Club
Okay.
and standing there, or maybe even being like a little step back at that bar and not hearing Lars.
Oh, that's weird.
I couldn't hear them from their own concourse.
That's really weird.
And they're like, so like the
Is it just like so big and
here's the
cavernous, or-
concourse, and then the stairs go up, and they go all the way up to like this huge area, and you can see at the top the people up there. They're not fucking singing shit. They're not fucking chanting shit.
Oh, weird.
And I didn't get close enough to look over the concourse because some guy stopped me. And so I couldn't hear that. I literally could not hear chants. All I could hear was drum beats. It's the weird. It was the weirdest. It was like I was in the Twilight Zone.
That's weird.
like all things
it was like
MLS,
my
there's-
own personal Twilight Zone.
I know, right? There's, I mean, MLS mics every damn stadium, so
Can you hear him on the? Can you hear him on the broadcast? I mean, so the biggest thing to do is that over like 90 minutes. It takes them 90 minutes to go from A to T. Anyways, but the
forget.
whole stadium does that, so that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But when you're on the concourse, like whatever. So, second half was boring. We're gonna skip the second half, right? We're not gonna talk about it. Whatever penalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
well,
All right.
Madam Serrano's saying it's not a penalty.
I didn't think it was a penalty at the time, so this is why I got kicked out. I got kicked out of the game. I got kicked out of the game. So this guy, I show up to the Atlanta supporter section, and this guy starts talking to me about Justin Miram, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to not have a conversation with him, and he's like, man, that guy would be so good if he had a left foot. And I was like, yeah, okay, like I don't really want to talk to you.
Sure.
Yeah, and so I know who Justin Miram is. I knew him when he was in Columbus before you were a team. So whatever, right?
Or fans of soccer.
Before you
so,
cared about
so
soccer.
this guy's his girlfriend's standing right next to him, and he's like having this long conversation with me about Justin Miram in Atlanta, and I'm just ignoring him, like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. And then they get the penalty. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, okay. And then it was first called a free kick, right? Outside.
no,
there was
there was
Penalty?
no.
It was
No,
just called straight
it's
to
called
penalty?
straight to
Okay.
penalty.
Yeah.
So then they go to
He goes
they go to
straight to
VAR,
VAR.
and then I see it in the thing. I'm like, that's not a fucking penalty. And the guy goes, "What? You're a Galaxy fan?" Bruh, 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 bruh. And I don't know if he was trying to impress his girlfriend or he was mad that he had this long conversation with me. and I-
Wait. What'd he do?
My God,
He got, like-
my God, we need cameras.
Dude, I know.
He got flustered. He got in my face and was like, and I'm like,
Chris,
this guy's not
why
trying to.
don't you have your phone out with
Yeah,
that?
man.
This guy's not trying to do something.
We
So
need
I'm
a-
like,
we need a
I'm sitting there
Patreon
with I'm
video
literally
shoot.
sitting there with a beer, and I'm like, all right, man, and like, and then like at some point he gets in my face. I'm like, dude, you're acting like a little bitch right now. And there's security right there, and so they saw this guy get in my face. Now you guys need to leave. So I got kicked out like when the penalty was happening. Like they scored, and I
How's
heard
that?
it.
I don't understand how that's like an offense to get kicked out of the
Well,
game.
I don't know. I wasn't really doing anything because if I was doing something, the guy would have been like not good.
Alive.
But yeah, so then he's like, you guys need to leave. So they took me and they escorted me out like for the like front entrance right there. And then they took him and walked him out somewhere. I don't know. But what's funny is I went outside. They're like, all right. So I went outside and I asked like, how do I get to gate 1? Because I was at gate 3. They're like, you can go down this escalator and then walk around. But honestly, you should just go back inside and go around the tram. So I got kicked out and walked right back into the stadium.
Oh, good.
You
Love
go-
And I was
security.
like, oh, there's 5 minutes left. I can go back to the supporter section. I was like, oh fuck, I'll just go to gate 1 and wait. And then Vic was supposed to leave at like halftime.
Didn't happen.
Supposedly left at halftime, and like so Christina was like, oh yeah, whatever. And at some point he
Wait, he had to
faced-
leave at halftime.
No, he like says, I'm leaving, I'm going. Like I don't know, he was drunk. And then
He was just mad.
and then so at some point he FaceTimed Christina, and then she sees the top of the stadium, so she's like, wait, he didn't leave. So at the end of the game, they had to go look for him.
Awesome.
There's always one.
Yeah,
There's
And it-
always one.
yeah.
And it's usually Vic.
Well,
yeah.
Often.
He was having an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but before cell phone Chris.
Look,
yeah.
it's different. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah,
I'm-
I took off.
I'm a father
I took off in Seattle a couple times.
But you had a phone. We can call you. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's true. That's true.
where are you at? Like, I'm here.
me
I'm
and
like,
me and
okay.
Shooter had some adventures.
Do you know where I'm at right now? We're
Does
good.
anyone know where anyone's at right
Then
now,
we're good.
man?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's soulful.
Yeah. So, anyways, Atlanta sucked. Another loss. We still have yet to score on Atlanta. 3 games, all clean sheets for them.
Boogie team, as they say.
That is our boogie team.
Is it though? Like they've just been good since they got into the league,
And we've been
and
bad.
we've been bad.
We were
Well,
really
if-
bad last year.
I wish we would have faced them like early in the year, when like Frank De Boer was like still like
Figuring out what. Well,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
figuring out what he was doing last week.
Yeah, he's still not.
I don't know. We have a full complement of players. I think we could have been a lot better, but we still have our off games every now and again. It seemed like a game Zlatan probably would have gotten up for.
Yeah. A
well,
big
a
crowd,
record
a big
MLS crowd or
yeah.
whatever.
on
Yeah.
Fox, like on nationwide free television.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be on like national TV for like the next two more games, I think.
5 games in a row.
So I think we are
Wow.
Portland. We're on national TV,
LAFC were on national TV.
and then against
Atlanta.
United or against Atlanta United, and now DC United, we're gonna be
United.
on Fox as well.
Oof. Hey, when you're the big boys, it's easy.
Oh, it's
You're trying to sell tickets in. It's It's a money industry. Nobody's money industry with Columbus Crew
Nah,
doing big things.
I don't think Columbus Crew even has like a local like TV deal.
They probably do.
They're on what's that WGN
Yep.
where you get like old episodes of like Murder
Golden
She Wrote.
Girls.
Actually, their local deal is pretty fucked up. There's a lot of people that don't get the channel.
Like inside the city, right?
Yeah.
Well, Portland's on that weird channel that also shows like wood cutting
It's
and
on Root
like,
Sports.
Root
Yeah.
Sports.
But that's pretty like on brand with Portland.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. But that channel shows like weird ass sports.
Everything in Portland. is
Hunting
weird.
and
Yeah.
not that hunting's a weird
log
sport, but
rolling.
Log rolling, exactly.
That's what I was
yes.
gonna like. What's that sport where they like literally
Yeah.
hop on the log and like rolling it?
The Highland
Log rolling.
Games.
Portland's a beautiful place. Gaelic games.
Gaelic Games.
All right, let's move on to Big Tony's email. Even though the G's outscored Atlanta, we came away with a loss, which means points all around. Both Chris and Ben predicted a 3-0 loss. But Ed thought it would be.
Wait, we need a correction on that really quick.
Hang on.
But Ed thought it would be worse with the 4-0. So Chris and Ben get 3 points each, which maintains the spread between them. And Ed only picks up 1 point, causing him to fall 2 more points behind, back from Chris. Chris is still in first with 18 points. Ben in second with 15, and Ed trails with a lowly 9 points. So sad, so very sad. Tony, why you gotta let me bring? Don't. It's okay. I'm a rally, baby. I'm a rally. All my loyal fans are behind me.
Oh.
I have Audi Index points coming out the wazoo coming pretty soon. Who gives a shit? Listener predictions. Yes, there was a problem with the link, but it did go up Saturday morning, so there were only 20 participants this time. Link should be corrected for the remainder of the season, but if there are problems, send complaints to Josh Numbers, care of the show. Out of the 20, we were able to get to their predictions. Out of the 20 who were able to get their predictions in, 11 correctly foresaw a Galaxy loss. However, only one person, and that was Amy, was able to get was able to nail the correct score. So a big 3 points to Amy, jumping her total score up to 11, which is good for a tie for 7th place. 6 points behind leader Sue. She only has to get 2 more hat
She's right
tricks,
in there.
and
Oh, yeah.
you're good to go.
She just finished it. It's easy.
There you go. Speaking of leaders, both Ethan and Richard C picked up a point by predicting the loss, but Luis L held the true to his heart and predicted the Galaxy win. Unfortunately, that caused Luis to drop out of the lead and into second place by himself with 16 points. Ethan and Richard still lead with 17 points. Full standings are available at RiotSquadcast.com. With 11 games left, 23 people are within 8 points of the leaders, so a few 3-point wins here and there, and we could see a lead change. Be sure to get your predictions in for every game. If you have difficulty remembering, follow at BigTony_42 on Twitter. That's at BigTony_42 on Twitter.
Look at that branding right there. I love it.
Right.
Get in there, Tony.
All
well
right,
deserved. A good follow.
let's move on. DC this weekend, the classic MLS rivalry
Mm-hmm.
between the big dogs. The big dogs.
That's
Whoa.
really,
Yeah.
really good Michael Cole.
So what do you guys think, man? With the whole news of Rooney going to Derby.
Darby.
Darby.
He's
This is
back
America.
already, though.
Derby. Yeah,
He's back.
he's back. But
already.
turmoil with him and Costa. They have a player sent off last week in their game. They
Meh.
lost 5-1.
They'll be all right.
You think they'll just like, look, we're gonna storm back.
Yeah.
It's a Galaxy because everyone just gets back their mojo against the Galaxy. So, what do you guys think?
So
It seems like it should be a United win.
does Ola play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
He's
Well,
been there a week,
He's not even signed with them yet, though, right? Like he's technically.
No,
It'll go. I mean, tomorrow's
Yeah.
the deadline
Well,
day.
yeah.
It'll go through.
and he's been there since Friday,
For a couple
Saturday.
days now,
He
yeah.
came in. Yeah.
He's been training. If we have any dreams of Christian Pavone starting, Ola's starting.
Well, Pablo's not.
Yeah.
Pablo's
Pavon's not
starting.
starting.
If there are any dreams.
That's starting.
Well, because he's still have to get his like visa and all that shit
Yeah.
cleared. At least with like.
And he's here. He's not.
Just not here.
You can comment if you want to comment, Ben. You're just shaking your head over here and just like.
No,
I can't see you.
Pavone's
so.
been in country for what, like 3 days now, so he's probably got some sort of visa.
Has it
Otherwise,
even,
he wouldn't even be
has
in
it
the country.
has it even been 3 days? I don't
You
think
got
it's
it on
been
Sunday.
3
2
days.
days.
Get her
Ben,
on Sunday.
2 days.
do you really need a visa to stay in this country? I mean,
I don't know if you've heard.
you came from Canada and we're like, I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
know
stay.
if you've heard.
I've
he
never-
can legally vote now.
We have an infestation of you Canadians over here.
And fuck Tucker's friend.
It's really insensitive.
You need to turn that down. It's all like bad
Definitely.
quality, man.
Yeah.
Bad quality.
Fuck Tucker's friend.
It's all bad quality.
It's all bad quality, man. Play it louder, actually.
Your brother Matt says it's going to be 0-6 to United Emma Boateng and Ola Kamara hat tricks.
Emma's definitely not playing.
Emma's gonna play.
So
Emma's gonna play. You think Emma's gonna play?
So let's
A sub.
He's not even gonna. He's not even gonna train.
not
for
bury
them.
the lead.
Super
You
sub.
want to talk about Emma then?
He's bye. He's gone. Thank fucking Christ.
How do we fleece the league that bad?
It's a lot of. We got
So if you follow Galaxy Rumors on Twitter, they're saying 250,000 in TAM for
that's
Emma.
an insane amount of money.
If for just for that, TTK should stay on forever.
Yeah, that's a Bruce move right there.
Like, wouldn't you take 2 Emma Boatengs for Paul Areola? We got $500,000 for Paul Areola.
Oh man, yeah,
I mean, I would assume.
yeah.
I assume
Is he
Emma was
half
going
the
to be
player of Paul Areola? Like,
like, no,
no,
he's not.
no,
He's
definitely not.
I mean, we're getting into like dicey territory because at some point somebody's going to be like, he's 3/5 of Paul Areola, and then that's when everybody just gets in trouble. That's why I said it. It's cool. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you know.
Yeah, I said it. It's don't worry about it.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, really?
I was not ready for that one.
I led you guys straight to the wire.
Oh no, man.
Wow.
Our brains aren't there, man. We don't see color, dude.
Attaboy. Yeah, it's that seems like a lot of money.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of money. I mean, now you start to think, okay, so we got 250 for Emma. In the event Romney ends up getting moved on,
Right.
don't you assume you're going to get at least 300 for Romney?
Yes.
Maybe 350?
350?
Like, look at the
Yeah.
market if
Yeah.
Emma Boateng is going for 250,000.
You know, they talk about silly season. We got silly money in MLS. That
Silly
doesn't
money
make any
season.
sense.
Silly Monopoly money season.
Monopoly money.
What if it's not Romney that's going? What if it's Stairs that's going?
What if,
If it's-
nobody's
if it's
going?
Stairs-
What do you get for Stairs?
If it's there, it's at this point of
500,
this season,
yeah,
it's
500,
500,
600,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's which is crazy to think that Daniel Stairs should be worth as much in allocation money as Areola's rights were.
Yeah.
But if Emma Boateng's 250, like a guaranteed starter center back who's playing very, very well this season's got to be
On a cheap contract.
Yeah, and we can talk about because we're gonna talk about rumors later. But let's get back to DC. So Emma Boateng, it's get back on the mic, bitch. You want to talk?
Yeah, that way you guys can yell at each
Ben,
other.
ben just did a Mickey Mouse voice saying what
Oh,
Ed
I
just
definitely
said.
got picked up.
So Emma Boateng, 250,000. It's not official. Only like Baxter has reported it. No word from the Galaxy, but I think that's more gonna come tomorrow because it's like a scheduled press conference that's happening tomorrow
Paul
And then
Tenorio has
DC
that
also
info.
got Tam from Portland.
for like 60,000
Oh,
for what?
well, no, I thought they sent 60,000.
with an
So-
international spot or something.
Yeah, to get 250,000 and international spot 2020.
They acquired 200
And it sounds like they just sent it to us.
Yeah,
Like,
they
they
just-
just got it from Portland.
sold.
Portland's like, we don't want to deal
well,
with
it's
the
like,
Galaxy.
you
DC's
know,
like, I got you.
like those NBA
Fuck expansion teams, dog.
those NBA trades was like the 3-team trades, but now it's just Tam and Gam.
Just
Just
Tam
like-
and Gam.
Yeah.
DC United acquired $212,500 in targeted allocation money in 2019 in exchange for $62,500 in general allocation money and an international spot in 2020.
We
that-
got
That's
a
the most
color
MLS
code.
sentence.
Yeah, we got to color code this money.
Yeah.
So like salary money is white, right? The regular salary money is white. Tam is blue, and Gam is green. Like, you know, we got to figure something out.
We need a new AM. We
or,
haven't had a new
or
AM.
just
we
get
do.
rid of all that. Just
no,
get rid of all
no,
of it.
keep
Oh,
it,
this is
keep
the
it,
big
make
thing.
it
It's
Crazy.
fun.
crazy.
I love it. I think
Yes.
it's fun.
This
it's
is the thing
funny.
that makes MLS
Didn't
better.
we talk about getting a different AM for U.S. international players that are playing abroad coming back?
Yam.
Yam. Yanks allocation money.
Yanks
Yeah.
abroad allocation money.
Exactly. But yeah, so Boateng is not official to DC, but all reports saying that it's happening for 250,000 going our way to go into, you know, have you seen Pavone? But we'll talk about that a little
Mhm.
bit. Also, the rumors of Ola Kamara going to DC, which is almost basically
Seems like
finalized.
it's done.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
Which
like a rumor
let's
anymore.
talk about because a little bit people out here calling him a traitor and stuff.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't understand it.
So like, we had to agree to sell him. You know what I mean? It's not like
Well, I mean, wasn't it that we were like more than willing to let him go because we needed more money,
yes, and with that money, we brought in.
We bought you out.
Yeah,
and it was more like kind of like, hey, you know, we need you. Oh yeah, you want to go? Oh yeah.
we
we'll
bought
fucking
Gio out.
facilitate it.
We used the money that we were spending on him to get, I'm sure, people or
Polenta,
Polenta.
Giancarlo.
Yeah.
This is where this is how all these things happen.
This team doesn't get made without selling Ola. So I ain't mad at him. Like, go to China. He barely played. He went to China for like
6 games.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
5 or 6 games.
5 or
It's
6
crazy.
games. I think he scored once.
he made a lot of money there. It's seemingly
Presumably, yeah.
seemingly he was getting paid a good amount of money to go there, and now he's back and he's gonna make more money with DC than he would have made with us. Who's mad at him?
And I
Get
still
your money,
and I still
Ola.
don't think he's gonna be TP.
Well, look, I get to the get your money Ola part, and then once I'm done with that, I'm like, Fuck you, play DC United.
Well, yeah, I'm with you on that.
But-
We're gonna
Absolutely.
we'll
yeah.
get there on
But
that.
to our point, it's more like people
Right.
are like out here calling him a traitor. It's like,
No,
bro,
I
he
don't
played
get
for our
that.
team for like 9 months.
Yeah, I don't even get
He's
that.
here for a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He's here for a heartbeat, and we let him go so we could make different moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the people
We
in
all
MLS,
succeeded in
Yes.
this. Yeah.
it
was a
exactly.
win-win.
It literally worked out for everyone. Win-win-win.
Win. That's right.
Win.
Win.
And then, like Matthew said, now we're gonna have 2 hat tricks scored against us from Emma and
Oh, absolutely.
Kamara.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You think Emma scoring with his dick was impressive? Just wait till he scores a hat
Oh,
trick.
can you
Hat trick,
imagine-
all headers.
All the ladies are gonna slide into the DMs in DC now, man.
Those mad Washingtonian sluts.
All the ladies. There's like one chick, right? We're talking about, there's like one chick.
There's got to be some like horny congresswoman who's just like, I'm in it.
I just want to see. I want to see him doing like a selfie with Sarah Sanders.
What if?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
she's gone now.
fucking. Did she? Oh, she took
Yeah,
it.
she resigned. I don't know if she's gone yet, but she resigned. Anyways, I want to see
Emma
a.
can knock her eye straight.
I want to see a sex
That's
tape
a
come out
Toronto
with
thing, I
Emma
know.
and Nancy Pelosi.
Jesus Christ.
You know you'd
Why?
watch that.
What?
You know you'd watch that.
Yeah,
Nah,
Just
I-
because you're like, oh, it's a
yeah,
Galaxy
I'd
player
see.
in a sex tape.
and I'd be curious.
Oh god, I can't imagine what that's like. I
All
mean,
right.
how does she
I
survive?
can't imagine that Chris wouldn't watch a sex tape that featured a Galaxy
Oh, he
player.
absolutely would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not in Nancy Pelosi.
Yes, you
it
would.
wouldn't matter.
Yes, you
Nancy
would.
Pelosi.
Yes, you would.
You're
Yes, you
fucking
would.
crazy.
Yes, you would.
For the spectacle, you're like, you know what? I gotta watch it.
Boateng ain't worth the spectacle, man.
No, you would.
It's like
Nah,
it's like
I
the
will-
two
I
girls, one
really
cup.
will.
really?
I genuinely
Come
would
on,
not.
man.
Nancy Pelosi and Emma Boateng.
Yeah.
You give me a Sebastian Lletget, Becky G all day.
That's easy. That's too easy,
Yeah,
man. Come
I
I
on,
mean,
dude.
that's too. Why am I working
too
to watch
easy.
fucking Emma Boateng bang Nancy
Because
Pelosi?
That's
You'd
what
be
we're saying.
interested.
That's
I
what we're
would-
saying.
Yes,
Why-
you would.
Why would any human being be interested in that?
You're
Because
the-
that's
you're
interesting
the-
as fuck. What are you talking about?
You're
I
the
would
guy-
watch that.
Hold on,
Absolutely, I
hold on.
would
He's the
watch
guy
that.
that spends.
Are you kidding me?
He's the guy who spends what little time to put together the salaries of all the Galaxy players from 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's,
don't
wouldn't
want
watch
to.
that fuck
not
tape?
top 20 in the weirdest shit I've seen on the internet.
I don't want to watch. Why is that? What's top 20 of the weirdest shit you've seen
I
on
don't
the
know, but
internet?
that's not up there. That's
Like,
not, that's
just give me one. Give me like a 13.
I don't know. I've
Me and
seen
Kobe
I've
Jones
seen
in there.
some weird cartel shit.
What do you like?
Like
like
gore,
murders?
gore type shit. Yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit.
cutting
What was
some
that?
chick's
What was that
hand
shit back in the
off
day?
and
Faces of
Faces
Death.
Faces of Death.
I've seen a
Yeah.
lot. Most of that's fake, apparently,
A lot of the stuff from the first one was,
which is
apparently-
good because I thought I saw some really like traumatic, fucked up shit, which explained a lot of what's going on
Your mic's out.
in his head.
Speaking of traumatic,
Your mic's out.
how bad is it going to be on this weekend?
You know, that'd be all right. Two, like not
You know-
prediction. I don't need.
Do you
to
think like the whole like circus that's happening with DC right now is not gonna affect their game?
No, I think Rooney's gonna have one of those Wayne Rooney performances.
Because even if you like pay attention to, like the media a little bit, you've seen a lot of like, how dare he quit on us kind of things. Like,
Yeah,
"Really?"
He tried
mean,
to take off down. They said,
Yeah, he did. That's
United
It's like-
players.
like,
I was like,
nah.
"Are you fucking crazy?
Nah.
Our transfer window closes
Like, I'm
tomorrow."
out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be an issue, but maybe he doesn't start. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, it's the
Who
the
knows
contract,
what's gonna happen?
contract signed. It's not like if like he gets hurt.
Are they as inconsistent as we are? Can I get a producer to look
They
up their
they
schedule
got
real quick?
mad whipped on
Good
by the union on the weekend. They got a man sent off in the late in the first half, so they're down a man for almost a whole half. They looked bad, man. They looked really
Yeah.
bad.
It's a good time
Yeah,
for Rooney to get
and I
out.
think they've only won like 3 of their last 12 games or something like that.
So it's definitely a winnable game. We'll see how we come out and play. You'll have Zlatan back. You have Polenta back. You have, who knows if Araujo gets a
Hopefully,
start in
Sarah's
that
back.
position.
Afro will be back.
Efra will be back, but I mean he'd probably be on the bench.
This Disco hasn't come down and said anything.
If he would have got suspended again, it would have been last week.
Done, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I
I
don't
just
imagine
know
why.
if I missed it. I've been driving a lot.
Yeah, I don't imagine why they would wait 2
We got
weeks.
pulled over by the man.
They'd wait 2 weeks and be like, you know what, he gets another. he gets
Well,
another game.
it could have happened on Saturday and I just missed it. so-
No, it didn't happen. He didn't get suspended for another game.
Yeah.
So you have the gang back. I think the only people who will be missing are, Junior's back in training, so even he's back from.
That was
Hell
nice to
yeah,
see.
start
That was
him.
really nice. Start
Start
him.
him. Let's go.
Oh God, no.
Bench Jonah.
Yeah.
So the only guy who's out is
Let's get
still
wild.
Austin Drini, who seems to be on his way back
Progressing
from
well,
recovery.
yeah, apparently. That looks good.
He
I'm
sees his
excited.
position slowly
Yeah.
slipping away from him. So
He was bumping like
that
Nip
bitch
like
down.
2 or 3 weeks ago. He was
Oh,
bumping
Nipsey Hussle, yeah.
while working out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god."
He's fucking.
Yeah.
he's so LA, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how you could hate that guy. Chris Zeller, tell me how you could hate that guy and want him out.
Also, your answer doesn't matter. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Alessandrini forever.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll wait. Sorry. We'll go.
Yeah, what are we all waiting for all this stuff
I
for?
never understand.
Because we have topics.
there's
You have a
a-
board.
Oh, the board's up.
Yeah.
The last few times I was here, there was no board.
Expensive.
Like
lazy
the
piece
last
of
3 or 4 times,
Put
there was like
Alessandrini's
legit no
contract
board.
on that board.
shit.
Toss it on
Do you want to talk? Let's talk lineups then. Possible lineups. Do we go back to the old? Zlatan up top.
That's what it is until everyone's in, until we're all set up and we're trained.
It was nice to see the 4-3-3
For a heartbeat.
heartbeat.
Don't worry, baby, it's coming.
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming back.
Oh, baby,
It's coming back.
Oh, baby.
I'm almost down to not have a striker too.
It don't matter.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter.
It just plays so pretty. We just got to put it together for 90 minutes, not just a half.
You just got to wait.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
Coming on your back like Spider-Man. The whip.
What was that?
Can we get a time,
Yeah, can we get
a
drop?
time marker
Can we
for
get a
that? Because I
drop?
want to drop a whip.
The whip. The whip.
That's the sound he makes when he.
You know, because Ben's not going to mark the time. Can someone who's listening to this, just mark whatever time you're at right now
It's right
and
there.
tweet it to
It's
us.
like 10.
I'm not gonna remember that.
Okay.
I'm not going to remember
Well,
that.
just write it down.
So
107.
let's go.
107.59,
We're going back
let's
to
say.
Polenta at left back.
107-ish.
Yeah,
Thwip.
Hopefully Sarah's back at center back.
hopefully.
Giancarlo hopefully just bounces back from that awful
Sure.
showing. And
Start
you have
Araujo.
Araujo, or do you put in? Do you keep
Araujo.
Felcher?
I don't know. I say Felcher because it's an away game.
And what's his name's on the left?
Acosta.
The short guy. Yeah.
They have a very good guy that's going to be up against our right back, but also it's going to be an extremely hostile environment. DC United versus the Galaxy. Rooney's back after they know he's on his way out. The crowd's going to
Maybe
be
they
up for
boo
it.
him.
That would be fucking
That
fascinating.
would be pretty cool.
That'd be interesting. But
Yeah.
I would be concerned about starting a younger player in an environment like that.
Yeah, but it's DC. It's not like it's Portland or Seattle or Atlanta.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
an energetic
And
team.
didn't Araujo start against LAFC on that right?
Yeah, he played. We played right wing.
What bigger game is that? You think the DC game is gonna be bigger than the LAFC?
I don't think
game?
that it's going to be bigger. I just think that for the LAFC game when we're at home, there's going to be a more welcoming crowd.
And we don't need him to play right wing.
Yeah, it's not. If ever if we're playing much better and we have everybody back from suspensions and injuries, maybe that's not exactly the environment for him. But that's more of a man management, a conversation GBS needs to have, find out where his head is. I think between the two, I like. I'm always going to like Araujo better.
Do we do it? But what I'm saying, maybe do a little squad rotation because again, we do have 6 games this month.
Yeah. Could be a good game to just let us legs stretch out. Let's monitor Felcher, make sure he doesn't take on too many minutes, and especially if that's one of the positions where you can put somebody in and not necessarily get weaker. You know what I mean? We're not if you're rotating out Steris like say we did against Atlanta, you're going to take a hit based on how we had been playing kind of previous to that Portland game. You're going to take a hit defensively. With Araujo at right back, that's a place where you can rest somebody. You can get some a little extra recuperation time.
And Felcher, you've seen he's injury prone.
Yeah, and not not lose too much on the field.
We have a week in between the game. You can play Araujo in a midweek game.
Yeah.
When you have less rest.
But-
I get that. I get that.
The thing too is it's literally they just came from another East Coast swing, so they East Coast fly back home, fly back right back to the East Coast. Like it's
Did they fly back home?
from
within a week. Yeah, they
from
absolutely
Atlanta,
flew back home.
imagine.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
flew home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because they were training back at.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
But you
those
were
are
on the road,
pictures.
so you
Yeah, they're
wouldn't know
gonna-
this.
You're driving like
Yeah.
crazy.
They're traveling back to DC on Friday,
So I mean that's a lot of travel in the span of a week.
Yeah.
and we got a game on Wednesday
yes, we do.
against Dallas.
6 games this month, man. It's gonna be Sundays, Wednesdays, Saturday, Wednesdays. Like it's gonna be a lot of games.
Actually, it's
Also,
Sunday,
what do you
Sunday,
guys-
Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday.
I've got a ticket for the Dallas game. When you guys want it?
I would have
It's
to do that.
It's a Wednesday. You
I'll
want
take it.
You
I'll
want
be off. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Um.
It's 139, but whatever.
So then in midfield,
You
your
can't
usual
go?
suspects.
I'm going. I
Oh,
just got an
cool.
extra ticket.
Kitchen back there. In
Yeah,
the,
Kitchen Jonah, Corona above him.
I like that.
I think that's pretty set for now.
Antuna on the right, or you put him on the left?
On the left. Yeah, I guess we'd be on the left.
Fabio in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Leggett coming back, starting and playing the whole 90.
So, yeah, which good for him. And then I guess until we're ready, till our bodies are.
He looked gassed too, though. He was one of the people
looked
that looked gassed at the
exhausted.
end of the game. Yeah,
I mean,
not even at the end of the game. Like 70 minutes in, he was like,
he hasn't had much playing time in the last couple of months.
"Yeah."
So But do you see him again starting that right back or the not right back, right mid position?
I don't think so. No. With
No?
Zlatan back? No. Wouldn't he be the one that sits?
He should be the one that's
Oh, yeah.
he's playing in Tuna.
Antuna on the right, and then Flavio on the left.
Oh, good old
Zlatan,
Fabio.
Zlatan in the middle. There we go. Lineup set.
Ding.
Done and done.
Hopefully for the last week.
Hopefully.
I think you guys
wouldn't it be
should.
great
I think
if
you
we
guys should
started
add a thing where you go back and look at who got the lineup right.
Yeah, I'm down with that. We just have to write
Really?
our lineups
That's
down.
so you're not gonna do that work.
I got fucking paper and pen. I'm doing work right now.
Not
What
gonna
are you
do that
doing?
work. I'm watching mine in the
All
live
all
stream.
you would have to do is write your lineup down before the show starts, and then you'd have to look at it the next week.
We need someone like a
you
Big
have,
Tony.
You have the pad and paper that's here every single week. So
We need another person, not Big Tony, because he does a lot of first already. But like another person who's like just takes down her. Ben doesn't do shit.
Ben
You
ain't
know,
gonna do- what are you
quote
doing?
unquote
He's doing everything
producer.
He does. He's doing everything he does right
Hey
now.
Ben, have you talked to Stairs
He's a
yet?
fucking
Have you reached out to
monkey that
Stairs
pushes
yet?
buttons at this point.
Okay.
That's racist.
No, he's good.
Why don't you say that into the mic
Good.
then? Call me out. Call me out for talking shit.
He's talking into the silent microphone.
So it's
Sit-
like you can't hear him. So it's okay.
I don't
scared.
know. He's scared. He's
He's
scared of
scared.
me. He's scared of me.
All right, so let's go back to Big Tony's email. Looking forward, on Sunday, the G's travel eastward to face DC United, the only team within spitting distance of the Galaxy's 5 MLS Cups. DC only has 4 because they weak. This shit's weak. Historically, the Galaxy have had a good record against DC, going 20-14-11 since 1996. The G's also have a good goal difference against DC, scoring 73 goals and giving up 56 for a plus 17 total. In fact, DC hasn't scored more than 2 goals in a game against the G since 2008, when they put up 4 against Steve, ended Twillman's career at Cronin. Like that.
That is his legal
Wow,
Christian
and he-
name now.
Jeez.
And in parentheses, he says ETC.
When he's selling
short.
insurance or houses, I think he was a real estate agent, right? Does he
Mhm.
put that in there?
Maybe. More recently, both clubs have been major sources of MLS rumors, as talks of departures and arrivals abound. Tuesday morning, Wayne Rooney confirmed rumors he would be leaving at the end of the season to be a player coach at Derby County. He put Debris County because he misspelled this fine. Then slightly
But
later,
you can read it though, right?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
because it's my slight dyslexia,
He has to give him a hard time.
my,
about it.
my slight Gilbert.
Laziness, not
You-
dyslexia.
You
Hey,
fuck
'cause
up.
he makes
You
fun of me when I
fuck,
fuck
you
up.
fuck up his email all the fucking time.
Exactly.
He just spells one fucking word.
Exactly.
And
Gotcha,
you gotta,
bitch.
and you gotta call
I
him out
gotcha.
for it.
Hey man, I gotta take a work and get it, dude.
I mean, it's a club in England that's not Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Tottenham. Who gives a fuck?
And then
Okay,
slightly
sorry,
later,
James.
Got that in for James in the
yeah,
last
yeah, I
second.
did.
slightly later, DC announced that the acquisition of midfield Philippe Martins from Vancouver. Ola Kamara is also expected to join DC before the transfer window closes. Additionally, there are rumors that DC United is making a move for. Oh nope, we already mentioned Emma Boateng, but they is confirmed / not confirmed yet. But yes, it's confirmed. Lastly, the Galaxy seem to be near to announcing Carlos Pavone as our newest player. With all these rumors and moves, how focused can either team actually be? DC currently sits 4th in the East with 36 points and a 9-7-9 record. However, their current form has not been great, as they have only earned 5 points in the last 5 matches, which was a draw, win, loss, draw, loss, only managing to beat Cincinnati in that run. They currently have a +1 goal difference, having let in 31 while scoring 32. Not surprisingly, the top scorer, Wayne Rooney, who has 11 goals and 11 assists in 23 games, and is followed by Luciano Acosta with 5 goals and 2 assists, which seems to be a similar situation to the Galaxy find themselves in. Only one main goal scorer. With Zlatan getting a week off due to yellow card accumulation, will he be focused on leading the G's back into the winner's circle, or will he see another lackluster performance on the road? Gentlemen,
Whew.
let's get the
Exhale.
odds.
That was
I know.
amazing. Yeah.
Let's get the odds
Well
from
done,
from
sir.
Benjamin over there.
So the Galaxy are underdogs, but not as much as you would think. The best line you get on the Galaxy is a +200. So you're basically getting 2-to-1 odds on the Galaxy.
If you bet 100,
You get 200.
you get 200.
Yep.
Yes.
See, I'm getting it.
You're
man.
learning.
I'm picking it up, man. I paid attention last week.
So, but the best line you can get on DC is a +125. So both
Bet
teams
100.
being a plus.
You're 125 back.
What they think what that means is it's probably heavy on the draw. What
It's a
they
draw,
think they
yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a draw.
The best draw you can get is actually a plus
2-2.
283. So the over/under on the game is 3. The predicted score according to OddsShark is 2.2 for DC and 0.8 for the Galaxy. So, and let me Major League Soccer predictions as far as 538 goes has the Galaxy at a 30% chance to win. DC United 46% chance to draw is a 23% chance to win. If you go overseas, you can get plus 275 on the draw. So if you like the draw, the best place to go is 888.com. But the overseas, DC
Getting
is
sponsored
not.
now?
No, we should actually. 888.com. You want to sponsor this segment?
We
You
can
can.
get like how like the EPL teams have like the Chinese betting sites
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
The Newcastle has
Yeah,
fun 88.
MGM has DC at a plus 115. So MGM, the U.S. bookmakers believe more in DC than the overseas bookmakers do, but that could just be because we're the Galaxy.
Can I bet on this shit? Like I can go to 888.com right now and place
Yeah.
a bet on
And
MLS.
if you do want to bet on the
that's
game,
dangerous.
shoot me an email, Ben.
Don't get into betting, Chris.
I'm
Yeah.
not good at it.
Ben at RiotSquadcast.com. I'll hook you up with a
What's your
offshore
vig?
site.
It sounds so shady. It sounds so shady.
It's
Yeah.
definitely shady.
Yeah.
He's like, I know a guy.
This is like the least shady thing Ben's ever done, though.
Yeah,
Like-
probably. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so as our guest, Andrew, do you want to give us your prediction for this game?
Ooh. Sure. I'll go first. 2-1 DC, and Zlatan gets a goal.
All right.
Nice.
Just
nice.
quick and to the point. I think we're gonna.
Does-
I think we're
does-
gonna lose.
Does Ola or Emma get a goal?
Emma's not playing. There's no way Emma's playing. He will not have.
If you pay $250,000 for a guy in TAM, I think you should probably pay him.
But what does 250,000 even mean anymore? Like, you
Well,
know what I
that'll
mean?
be
I guess
good.
It's
true.
got me questioning the whole idea of TAM as a
As a
concept.
yeah, this is how the CBA is going to get negotiated.
Yeah,
They're like,
exactly.
Emma fucking Boateng. He's worth 200. What the fuck? man?
Evidence A right here. Emma Boateng. Like, just shut it all down, man.
AJ De La Garza was a starter, and you got 250,000 for that fucking dude.
And in combination, not even all TAM. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Like the structure of MLS that doesn't make sense makes less sense than it did yesterday. Like somehow it's fundamentally broken from
Yes.
not making any sense.
Yes. Yeah. It's made so much not sense
And we've
that
gotten
it's
used
gone
to
past
yes.
not sense
Uh,
to broken not sense.
it's like a weird Twilight Zone
Yeah.
of fake money.
yeah. We're in a weird cycle of nothing.
Well, it's like trying to
mixed.
buy a player in the EPL for like $5 million. It's like it doesn't happen anymore.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it just unless you're a Newcastle United fan.
Look,
That's true.
We get-
you
we-
do nothing
it
but buy
happens
players
all the
for that
time.
much.
All right, now we're fucking throwing money around left, right, and
well,
center.
it's more like just getting everyone on loan, right?
Well, now we're like we've broken our transfer record
That's what
twice in a
Watford
row.
did, was just like, we're going to get everyone on loan and just hope for the best.
That is typically the Mike Ashley way, but now he's like everyone's getting to the point where they're canceling season tickets that they've held for like decades and shit. So, money's coming back out, and we're buying a couple people, a couple nice guys.
Real quick, I just need to know what happened with the sale. He backed out or what?
No, it just petered out. Like nothing ever came of it.
All
It
right.
seemed like the guy was never able to show that he had the money that he claimed he
Oh,
had.
that's
so.
always fun.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Newcastle talk. All right.
This is the Newcastle Minute.
Magpie
And
minute.
so, I guess it's my turn because I got the worst of the.
Yeah, because you're just in the back.
I predicted a 4-0 loss last week, and I was so close. I feel like I should be a little more negative this week and predict another loss, but I feel like we bounce back on this one. I'm gonna go opposite of Andrew. I'm gonna go 2-1 win.
Oof. Okay.
I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna flip that bitch.
All right. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go both Zlatan.
At some point, somebody else has to score, right?
No,
You know, you don't think so?
not this week. Maybe after this week.
All right.
Who's gonna score? Antuna? Fabio Alvarez?
Pop on.
Yeah, next week.
He's not playing.
Put the kid in. Yeah, splash some money around. Go ahead and put the kid in. But all right, so you got Zlatan.
You just dip a 20 in the referee's pocket and be like, "Hey man, he's cool."
He's fine. He's got his papers, man. Don't worry about it. If you don't mind, Ben, I'll go next since you were here last week to give your prediction.
Well,
I
no,
gave mine after the
Ben
fact.
should go because he's second place, so you should go last.
Yeah, but
Right.
Tucker kind of just
Yeah.
Like I wasn't
he
here.
took-
Like I did it last second. He at least was in the studio recording. I'll give you the bonus on that.
Didn't even call.
Couldn't call. You know,
Couldn't bother.
you just go ahead. You
took my score.
take a second.
Took his score.
I didn't even know it was your score.
Whatever, man.
Well, because originally I was going to guess a
Oh,
win
that's
because he was
great.
like Ed. He was like Ed and I both said it was a loss. He goes, so if you go against us, the Galaxy will win. I was like, well, I
Oh,
did
then it's your fault. We fucking lost.
sure, But it was like
I know,
of all the people you want to
You
blame.
offset our negativity, man.
I was trying my best on Twitter to get Tuck to call a win.
There was no way in hell. But I was like, well, the assumption is going to be, and I didn't get to listen to the show yet, but I was like, the assumption is going to be you guys are going to pick a loss. So if I go ahead and stick with the loss, worst case scenario, for the most part, I'll keep, I'll get to keep pace.
Keep pace, yeah.
3-0 just kind of felt right. It seemed like a likely result. I'm kind of between the two. I'm still a little negative. We seem exhausted. It's another cross country flight, and we had we were playing so many goddamn games, and we have so many people out, and even with guys coming back and Polenta and Zlatan getting some time, I don't quite feel it quite yet. You know what I mean? But I'm also not. I'm not at the end of the world. I think we're gonna get out. I'll take 2-2. I'll take a 2-2 draw.
The team that's drawn once this year.
Yeah, I'll take a 2-2 draw.
All right.
Why? I think we're going to play better than we have been playing.
We're due a draw.
I think
okay?
we're due. Well, I think we're due some goals. Shipped 7 goals without response. Like I think it's time. And we have to. We have to. We fucking have to.
Who do you got scoring?
Yeah,
I'm begging.
You're talking yourself into it.
I'm talking. Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're trying to will it.
You're
into-
trying to
I'm trying to will
Give
it.
us some
Yes, I'm trying to put it into the universe to the point where it's like the spirit bomb. If everybody just contributes some energy to it, we can make this happen. Yes, Dragon Ball references. I will have
episodes later.
Zlatan, obviously, and I'll go ahead and give it to Chris Pontius and his rumored return to. Maybe I shouldn't, just in case the deal goes through. I don't want Pontius' goal going the other way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give it to. I think Pontius stays. Well, I know Pontius is staying. Pontius stays. Yeah, and so I give Pontius 1 and Zlatan 1. And I do think Ola Kamara scores.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ola plays. Emma doesn't play.
Yeah.
I think Ola plays, and I think Ola's scoring on us.
Yeah.
I think he comes in 20 minutes and he scores.
The
on us.
traitor.
A header.
Yeah. Well, it's like someone on Twitter. I can't tell if it's satire or not.
I
was
think it's for real.
was like Emma, what top 5 Galaxy player? And I was like, what?
Oh no, this
Someone
is
read.
for real,
So
dude.
Mario read that tweet to me, and I'm like, that's not real. That's not real.
Galaxy
No,
Twitter,
that can't
man.
be real, man. That cannot be real. I refuse to believe that that's real.
Galaxy
Did you
Twitter
see that tweet?
is a world of flip flops, man. It's just like
It's a guy who was like really sad about Emma, and then he's like, oh, he was the best top 5 Galaxy player of all time.
Emma.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about Kamara.
No,
sorry.
I'm talking about Emma. Someone said that on Twitter.
That Emma Boateng is a top
Was it-
5
Are you
Galaxy
sure that
player.
wasn't
Of
Nestor?
all time.
You sure that wasn't Nestor?
Yeah,
No,
it's a BS.
I don't think it was necessary.
No,
Well,
but
I don't know.
There is a weird Galaxy Twitter subsect that is really into Emma Boateng.
Well, because he's a fan favorite, man. You're gonna have it with
Why?
Yeah, but
But why? Like, there's usually a reason.
because he's cool on social media.
They just
like,
really
shit
hate
like that.
RSL.
Well, I know that.
Those same people. It's the same cross section of people that really hate RSL.
It's the Venn diagram,
2000.
dude. The Venn diagram. I hate RSL. I
2009
love
MLS
Emma
Cup
Boateng.
final
Yeah.
bastards. Yeah, I don't know. But there's a strange like group of people who are super into Emma Boateng. So heartbroken for him, but so long.
Good luck, Emma. Obviously not against us on Sunday, but you know.
And Benny, you're up.
I think we lose 2-1. Zlatan scores, but I agree. I think Kamara's scoring on us for sure. I think it's gonna be Kamara and Rooney.
This guy yelling at you for taking a score, and then he does the exact
This
same
is-
thing to me.
No,
Canadian.
No.
No. Hey,
My-
that's
my-
a solid
you-
argument.
There you go.
It was already on the board
How do
before
you
you
argue
picked.
that?
It was already on the board before you picked.
So either way, one of us are going to break away a little bit.
I'm so far behind. I don't even give a shit
Yeah,
anymore.
there's no
I'm
breaking.
just-
There's no
at this
breaking
point-
away for
At this
Ed.
point, I'm just gonna be positive. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Just
Yeah,
go, let's
we'll-
go for
What
a
if
win.
you go on like a 3-game hat trick streak?
Yeah,
You're just like ding,
that-
ding,
that's
ding,
what
and
happened
you're
to
just
me
fucking
last
back
year.
in. That's exactly how Ben got back
He'd
in.
have to tie. Then he would tie one of you.
Tucker, right now,
We
right now,
got games. We got a lot of games left.
Got
right
11
now, of
got 11
everybody,
games left.
including the people online that are playing, you're
For real.
in the lead.
There's
Really?
only
Yeah,
I'm the smartest
Really?
Galaxy.
You're
player.
better than what's the guy's
or
name?
luckiest. Yeah.
What's the one dude who's been ahead all year?
Ethan and
Ethan, yeah.
Luis.
I
I
mean,
think.
Does
Now,
he have-
the top people, I think, in Big Tony's emails, I think they said 17,
All right, close it already.
And where am I at?
and you're at 18.
You guys are all fools. Bow down. Kneel before Zod.
By the way-
Why would you tell him that?
Yeah.
Why would you tell him that,
I
man?
know.
Why'd you reinforce this concept?
Read the rooms, man. Come on, dude.
Look, all he's doing is reinforcing what I already know. What I already know, what we all believe.
Right.
Exactly at this
Genius
point,
up here.
this is the exact same thing he was saying about the exact same point of the season last year.
Yeah,
when he
and
was
then
so
it
far ahead.
crashed and
I think that
burned.
might have been me, but you
Yeah.
know, whatever. All right, let's move on. Let's talk what everybody's been talking about for the last couple of days. The Pavone deal. The Pavone watch has ended.
Finally,
I mean,
finally
just-
over.
Is this what it feels like for the big European clubs, or just like on edge for like weeks trying to sign a player?
Yeah, this
I mean,
this
I
is what.
guess.
Ooh,
'Cause
when was the
we're-
last time we had something like
We're
this?
we're never a deadline team. Like we're never like last minute. Like, hey, we're gonna do some shit on the
No, yeah,
the
but
window closing.
it just seemed like Boca was really bad at this.
Yeah.
Like, what power did they have? We held all the cards. Like,
Apparently not bad enough where they got what they wanted.
Well,
well, did they get what they wanted? It sounded like they wanted more than that.
well, depending on what you believe, there were some that said
And what if we don't even sign him?
50%. Yeah, well, that's what I don't understand yet. Like, it hasn't.
They
and
don't get the money.
hopefully it'll
That
end up
they
leaking out at some
and they
point.
need the money. That's what's crazy. I don't understand it.
Hopefully it'll end up leaking out at some point. But like, what is it a mandatory transfer fee? Like, do we have to pay $20 million at the end of 18 months? Do we have an option to take a look and see how he played? Is he worth it?
Yeah.
Is it a 20% sell-on clause? Like, I know everyone in a lot of people in Galaxy Twitter, I should say, have this issue with Baxter. This is one of the things I'm kind of rooting for him. I'm hoping he gets to the bottom of this. I hope this is some information we can kind of get out.
And I hope Paul Tenorio gets the text that confirms the report.
That's the only way you know
Yeah,
it's
that's
real.
right. That's when we know it's.
So the rumor is Pavone is 18-month loan deal.
Yeah.
With the option to buy at the end of it.
For $20 million.
So $2 million for the loan fee, right?
Yeah.
And then 18
Extremely
to buy.
expensive.
But we wouldn't pay all that this season because it's obviously halfway through the
Yeah.
season, so you're gonna pay half of that, but you still have to buy him down.
I also saw a rumor that people are getting mad because Boca might be paying some of his salary this season.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Just make it
Dude,
work.
just drink the tears of the
Just
MLS
drink,
fans. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for
I'm
it.
so ready for it.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for the article from Paul Tenorio that's like, this is not fair.
And our good friends over at Straight from the Stands confirmed that Christian Pavone is wearing number 10 this year. So he's.
I mean, that was.
well, it's.
Well, yeah, it was a question.
It was a little question because
Yeah.
he traditionally wore the number 7 for Boca.
7 and 22.
I think all his I
wanna
all
say
his,
it's 22
his
for
numbers were
Argentina.
already taken. So unless someone's like, yeah, sure, I'll give it to you.
Which like I the assumption is if they were like Alessandrini, if you give up that number, you can stay. He's like, all right, we can take with number 7.
Yeah.
But I mean, it
Well,
would have sucked.
Do you feel a little nervous that this is another big money signing, number 10?
No, I
No.
mean, if you look
Does that
at the
make you a
history,
little nervous? I'd feel a little. I don't know. It's weird. It's irrational. I know, but I feel a little more comfortable if he was taking a different number than 10, just because I feel like it's tainted.
but
You got-
at some
someone's gotta
point you
take
got
it,
to
right?
at some
At some
point you
point.
got to clean
I
it.
know.
Like
I
at some
know.
point you got to clean it.
I hope he can. I hope he do it.
That's the thing.
I think he will.
There's so much irrationality behind this whole thing with like
Yeah.
how it's stretched out so long. So people are like, if he doesn't fucking score hat tricks on every game of this
yeah,
year,
seriously, it's gotten
then
to
it's
the
gonna
point
be
where
it's gonna be
If he doesn't break the rules of soccer, like it's not gonna. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking? I saw someone
It's
who
so
said he
crazy.
needs to get 2 goals a game for the rest of the season. I was like,
What?
that is fucking insane. What's
That
wrong
is
with you?
absolutely insane.
What are you? What? Like,
And he's not even a goal scorer.
look, even if he is, the expectation is 2 goals a game for the remainder of the
you
season.
expect him to score 20 plus goals
It's crazy.
in 10 games. Like
Everyone
it's
needs to
so
calm
it's so
down.
dumb.
Calm down. Calm down.
Woosah.
Look, at a minimum, you're a Galaxy fan. Act like you've been here before. This is not supposed to be a brand new thing for you.
Well, I
Great-
mean, we
but
haven't
great-
really been here though.
but
Before.
great
If
big
he
name
provides
players.
a goal, if he provides or scores a goal, one in every
Goal
game,
contribution
we
a
should,
game
we should
is-
all be
Yes.
we should all be praising him for here to eternity.
So if had Chris listen last week, that's what me and Ben asked a question like, what would be successful for Pavone? And about 5 of 5.
yeah, that would be
So at
that'd be
least-
more than
At least 10 goals.
more than
and
I would
assists
expect for this
combined.
For the remainder
season. Yeah,
of
for
this
the
season.
remainder of the regular season. Yeah, absolutely.
While this
That's
is
a
like
goal or an assist every game.
while he's getting acclimated to a new team, while he's getting acclimated to a new league,
yeah.
while he's getting acclimated to a new country. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
everyone just
Yes.
calm down. Everyone calm down.
This isn't a move for this year.
Although he should get acclimated faster because he's with GBS and supposedly
It should be a very
Yeah.
comfortable system for
Yes.
him. GBS brought a lot of his people. He should know a lot of the guys he's going to be working with day to day. It sounds like we're trying to surround him with Argentinians, which will make it easier for him to acclimate to the country because he'll have countrymen around him.
all
I mean,
the RGs.
it
on all
happens
the
in
RGs.
it happens in Europe all the time when players move to new countries. They try to get into communities and areas that's many of their countrymen live in, so that they can maintain a lot of cultures and traditions with each other. that should come fairly easily
Well, it
based
makes
on
it
what we've already built around.
Makes it a little more easier transition.
Easy to transition, yeah. Get the family here, but everyone calm down. He's gonna be spectacular. He's gonna be. It could go bad, sure, and I agree with you. I think Gio hurt in such a way where you're like, I'm not sure I'm ready to love again.
Yeah.
Get ready to love again.
So this is my thing. Like if it was like we signed a guy who was making 190 and he takes the 10, I'd feel more comfortable. I weirdly feel more comfortable with that than I do another big signing that we're gonna break records.
But isn't that what you want? You want that number 10
I know you do.
But
I
this is
know
like-
it's
this is
irrational.
names. It
Man.
has to
I
be
told
big
you it's
names.
irrational.
Do you think off the top of your head, in order, you can do the number 10s in Galaxy history?
In order.
In order. So you can do it in order. Don't worry, there's 5.
So Gio. Well, so Pavone.
Well, in order.
Okay.
You going backwards or?
I'll go backwards.
Okay.
Gio, Landon. Well, there was someone in between. No, there
No,
wasn't.
no.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
good.
So you
No,
gave me a
sorry.
look. You gave me a look.
The
And
backwards
now I'm all worried.
the backwards throwing me off. a little bit.
So Gio, Landon, and who do you have before that?
Andreas Herzog.
Fuck.
And then
I would
Mauricio
never thought
Cienfuegos.
that. I would have never thought that. And then Cienfuegos.
Yeah, we're pretty good. I mean,
Yeah. I would have never gotten that middle one though.
Yeah,
I
and
completely
Herzog-
forgot about Herzog.
just for 1 year, yeah, throw you off. But it's like you should want these bigger guys to wear this number. Like the most worn Galaxy number in history, number 9. Like the number that should be this like one of these sacred
It's,
special
That's why it was
numbers.
cursed, man.
It gets passed through these guys left, right, and center. And now we're finally getting to a point, thanks to everyone's favorite deity, Alan Gordon, who cleansed the number 9 and removed it from all the venom and the poison.
This number
Yeah.
is clean.
It's clean. Now it can be this bigger thing, this
Yeah.
something you aspire to.
Yeah.
The number 10 for the Galaxy has been this big deal. That's why when Gio got it to a point, it was like, he hasn't done anything.
There were people that were mad when he got it.
When he
I mean, just they were like, well, because
it's
they
Landon's
also
number.
it was Landon, whatever. But
But you know, stuff. I think the funniest thing that I've seen on Twitter is that someone posted, "If he plays well, then I'll cheer for him. But if he plays bad, then I'm gonna boo him." Like, yeah, no shit.
Isn't that the rule
Isn't
of
that
players?
of anything? Of everything really? Like, if he's gonna be, it's like the basic of Chalky's razor, right?
It's chalky.
If he's good, then I'll be happy
Then I
for it.
like
If
him.
he's bad, then I'll
Fuck him.
criticize it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
which is fair. That's what you should do.
but it just goes to the irrationality of it all, man. Like, I think if people are hungover from the weeks of Pavone watch, like, it's just
And Gio makes the big transfer scary. The big young,
yeah,
he should be here for 5-6 years transfer a little scarier. Where we're comfortable with the aging European. Aging European doesn't work out, they're gone in 18 months. No big deal. When you got, I mean, this is a seismic investment in one player. This is the most money we've ever spent on a singular player, as far as bringing them in. And I'm sure his wage packet is going to be very, very nice. It's understandable that you're concerned, but open your heart, let yourself love again. It's going to be all right.
don't close your heart.
Don't
too
close
soon.
don't close your heart to that sweet, sweet Argentinian love.
To new opportunities.
This guy's
to
played
new
on the-
adventures.
This guy's played on, and it's not like when Celestine Baballero tried out for the Galaxy, and they're like, we played on the English national team with. This guy's played on the Argentinian national team with Lionel Messi. It's a potentially
he recently got an assist. to
huge
Lionel
moment.
Messi.
Yes, I mean it's
Haiti, but yeah.
it counts.
Yeah, it counts.
Look, the goals
It's a-
count. The goals all count the same.
Hey,
Messi's-
Antuna scored hat trick against Cuba, and everyone's like, "Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
greatest."
Yeah, where's Mexico and Tuna?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
a big
potentially
deal.
going to be great.
Yeah,
It's going to be. It's huge. It's one of the biggest transfers.
the risk is big, but the reward is bigger. I think.
Well, the reward is potentially a shift in how MLS does business. It's not it's shifting from, because we had an era
Well,
of
fuck MLS. It's changing how we may do. We may do.
well
business.
we
Yeah.
are the people who change
That's
how
true.
MLS
Yeah,
does
that's true.
business. But
That's just it's been history where
from
we pushed forward the league.
we're the people who drive it all in the direction it needs to be going. And so from an era of your average run of the mill, basically Ben's in better shape of MLS, and that being the run of the mill MLS player, to a little bit better in quality, but not great. Couple guys going overseas, all the best Americans kind of got to take off, to we're now bringing in these on the border of retiring aging Europeans, to now we're bringing in some slightly younger designated players who are kind of changing the game. Now we're bringing in on the cusp of breaking through into Europe, on the cusp of, we're regularly selling players to the Premier League.
Yeah, this is new ground, especially for us. I mean, we're
Yeah.
going away from hey, here's this big name from
and I
the EPL,
and
or
even
We
from
to-
could potentially
Europe.
become Portugal,
and even to a
basically, the
point, like
Portuguese league.
I skipped over a stage of where we're developing American players, and it's like, well, how do we find the best American players and make sure they're getting minutes so that we can sell them to Europe? But now we're going out into other leagues and buying their young players and saying, you come here and develop, come here, we'll put you in a stage so that you can get seen. And then when it's time to go, we're going to make our money. Your original parent club's going to make their money. You're going to make your money going over to England or Germany or wherever else, and everyone wins. MLS is selling league, MLS is making money, and things like that help you become profitable. When you become profitable, you build bigger stadiums.
And isn't that what MLS has just been all about?
You
Like,
build
hey,
better
this is make our
facilities.
profits.
Yeah, I mean, this could be
Yeah.
one of those big
Our
transformative
academy
moments
becomes
where,
better.
as a league, we've been trying to push to fight to become one of those top 5 leagues. We're not close to that yet, if we're being honest. But this might be one of those steps that help push us along that way. It could be really, really, really big, really big,
Huge.
huge.
It's huge. Benjamin, what do you think of this Pablo stuff, man? I just
I
want
like
to
it.
talk to you, man.
It's good.
I miss you, Ben.
I like hearing from you, dude.
Shut the fuck up. No, I've been, you know what, but it was probably Friday or Saturday, I'm like, fuck it, I ain't even looking at Twitter anymore. Because I was sitting there just every 15 minutes looking. Has it happened yet? Are they announced
Yeah,
it
you
yet? Is
can
everything
get shit
going
done,
on?
right? You're like,
Yeah, I was fucking done. And then, of course, I couldn't get enough of it, Look, on Sunday here and there, and then come yesterday, I was like, again,
because everything
like
was
every 15 minutes on Twitter.
everyone was saying, oh yeah, Friday it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
Friday's day it's gonna get done. Didn't get done on Friday. We're like, all right, cool. Then you heard, oh yeah, it's the talks are going into the Saturday, into the weekend.
But by
then
the
you-
time you're hearing this, it might be official. The
Yeah.
biggest transfer in the history of the team.
Because what are teams like Colorado like paying their players a year,
Tim Howard
or
makes
like
the
or
most.
like an FC Dallas, like their budget's like what, $5 million?
Yeah, but they have a whole different model.
I
though,
think
you know?
the-
No, I know,
FC
but I'm
Dallas
saying
has
is
that.
we're potentially we're buying one player that's 4 years worth of an
Of a
like an entire team.
Colorado
Yeah,
salary. Yeah.
The cost of his transfer fee at the end of 18 months is more than we've ever spent on a salary. I think we've eclipsed $20 million once. Maybe it was $19 million. And
that
was in
year with
2015.
Gerard, no, yeah.
Like it is hard to, unless you go through the numbers and you kind of you focus on the minutia of the organization. It's really hard to state how big it is. I mean, you hate to use it because it does put additional undue pressure. It's potentially Beckham-esque in that
It changes the league.
shifting,
Yeah.
changing of the league.
Yeah.
If it works the way it's supposed to, if he ends up being a $40-50 million transfer, and that sounds like a crazy number. Sounds like a crazy number. But Harry Maguire just got signed to Manchester United for 85 million pounds. Like it's not insane based on the current market to say if he does ball out and if it does work out, given the way the money is going around now in Europe. I mean,
Well, see, my thing is, even if we don't
Huge.
make that much money on him, say if we turn around in 2 years and sell him for $25 million, it's still a big deal for us because we can say, hey, we got this guy to Europe. Boca didn't do it. Like we got him to a top team.
Boca
like,
held on to you too long.
Yeah,
But for us, when it was time for you to go, we let you go.
yeah. And so we could turn around and say that to other players that are young in South America. Hey,
So, the one big thing that's been holding up the Pavone stuff has been the money. Like Pavone's been signed. Pavone's been like with the club for a couple days now.
Sunday.
Showed up on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Galaxy
I guess people were tracking his flight, and there
Oh,
was
yeah.
like
Oh, that was amazing.
there was like people arguing on whether or not what flight he was on.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is all hearsay for me, so I don't have Twitter.
At
No
Samoa
social
Bob.
media
And I
presence.
was driving,
Yeah.
so
That's at Samoa Bob on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, big ups to like ACB peeps who are like, we checked out his.
Well, I think Madame Serrano was the one who found out what, or no, maybe it was what's his name from Dallas, Javi. I think
Javi.
Javi figured out where he was gonna be.
I mean,
someone
it's
did,
amazing.
I don't
so,
remember.
So Pavone's
Someone,
been
not us.
he's been
Yeah,
here for a couple
yeah.
days. The reason why it hasn't been announced is because we don't have the
He's
money
not
yet,
registered.
and he's not registered.
Yeah.
That's why you see the Galaxy making all these moves because we got to clear space to actually put him on our roster. So you saw Emma already get sold, $250,000 in TAM, which is Again, crazy.
Highway
And then
robbery.
I think Baxter said that we might have a money for money deal.
200,000 from Orlando.
Oh, that one happened. That happened.
That was in the reports as well.
600,
okay.
600 or 68,000 in general allocation money, and we got 200 and something.
I think it was 200,000.
Yeah.
So that's around 450. I think we still need a little bit more. I think another 100, 150.
Give or take.
But also the rumors are that One York and Shelvick is supposed to be moving on
Did you see this?
No, what?
Didn't see this?
No, what?
So we're getting live reaction out of you right now.
What?
to, of course, the
If you
law
had
clubs.
to guess where we could possibly sell someone of the unique skill set of a Jorgen Shelvik, where could we possibly sell him? And it's out of the country. It's in Europe.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Chivas USA came back.
Well, yes.
You know, you're not far off.
Wait, what? He's going to Chivas?
He's not going to Chivas.
Oh.
He's going to another organization we've used every now and again. He's going to Hammarby.
Oh, okay, that makes
Is
sense.
the rumor is
Oh,
we're
yeah.
AEG,
AEG
45% owned
Well, yeah.
of Hammarby. But that's the rumors right now is that Shelvick possibly might make a move over to Hammarby.
That's why you got a big combination,
nuts?
man. That's
Isn't
right.
that nuts?
We got big ball. We're big balling with
big
that.
baller brand over
and,
here.
and shoots money. You know.
Should we give
Nazi gold.
Should we give Ben a little time to brag about his prediction that he made a couple months
Go
ago?
ahead. Did you know about this?
No.
Ben called this.
I called this like a month or so ago, talking about how we
Oh,
own
you know what? I
Hammarby.
kind of remember you saying that actually.
The easiest way to make
Yeah.
this all
Yeah.
go away. Just have Hammarby come in
man.
and buy Shelvik.
Yep.
We need to buy like a random other Scandinavian team, like
Down with that.
Hammarby's in Sweden, right?
We need an Austrian team.
We need an Austrian. We need a Norwegian team that we can just dump shit on. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I
Good
think
call,
I
Ben.
think I think definitely
High five. I'll
I
give you
think
a high five
definitely
on that one.
Eastern European because that way can make that it could be a little
Oh,
more.
we get a little more shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's like a whole other thing. I mean, we're seeing like Red Star Belgrade and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
You don't want-
that'll
you don't fuck with those people,
that'll
man.
easily become like an international incident. We got like
Speaking of, I saw you
hooligans over
hooked
here
up
got
with
bombs and shit.
one of our old Russian friends, man.
Yes, shout out Acop and his brother. They were in Atlanta.
I saw pictures. I was like, that looks like a couple, whatever.
Yeah, my brother's like, hey, like, am I seeing this right? You were hanging out with ACOP? Or you're hanging out with the Russians? And then I'm sitting there with him. So I turn and take a little selfie. And he's like,
Oh,
it was
man.
pretty dope. Shout out, yeah, it was good to see them.
So yeah,
I miss
what do
them.
you guys think?
If we can move Shelvik.
That's right there.
If we can move
Do we-
Shelvik,
so
that's the ball
here-
game.
how does the TAM work if we sell someone in the middle of the year?
We get
Prorated?
half of it
what?
back.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that
and
half-
then we'd have
this
so
is the
much
thing.
salary.
That half would cover what we would need to fit.
Oh, easily.
So the rumor is it's not just necessarily bringing in Pavone, but it's bringing in Pavone
And an
with a
extra spot.
potential extension for Alessandrini. That's going to knock him down a TAM now. So Pavone gets to sign on as Andrew's making a sex move. It's Pavone would sign on as a designated player. Alessandrini would re-sign as a TAM player and would be staying on with an extension. Shelvik would be gone.
Oh, my Lord.
It would clear up that allocation money, and then that
Like
would
it sounded
allow
like
us.
he was
Oh,
in
It's
the-
going to get better.
He was in the sound like, oh my lord.
Whisper sweet nothings to me.
It would allow us to sign another player we've been rumored to, Franco Soldano, who is an Argentinian striker who plays for Olympiacos.
Oh, I just heard about this earlier.
This is all
That
what
just,
Mario was
that
telling
just popped
me.
up
Yeah.
tonight.
This literally
Mario's-
all
and
this,
I heard we might be sneaking him under Boca's
all this stuff just broke tonight. And
Boca's nose.
even better, Boca Juniors wants to sign Soldano as a replacement for Benedetto, who they didn't sell to us, the fuckers. And we would be attempting to swoop them, basically setting up for an awesomely busy deadline day tomorrow.
Is GBS like super pissed with Boca? Like, fuck you guys, I'm going to take
Oh,
your player now.
I think this is the one and done and like ever dealing with Boca.
If this
again.
happens, yeah, it might be pretty bad. But yeah,
that's
that's
wild.
the rumor is we would be
Oh, man.
the goal is to flip Sjelvik for basically Pavone, Alessandrini, and this Soldano.
Can you put the podcast out early so that I can listen to that while I go to sleep?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be out by the time you
It'll be
get
out by
home.
the time
home.
you get home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So
that's
this-
incredible.
So that would make this our the business we conduct at this window. Boateng to United.
For 250,000 in TAM.
Boateng to United.
Cam for Tam.
Gam for Tim. Sjelvik out of the country.
Let's go.
A new number 10. That's the most expensive player in the history of the league. And then
And a backup
swooping,
striker.
And then swooping Boca Juniors for a backup striker.
It's going to be a G-Span, dude.
It's good.
That's
It's
amazing.
yeah. This is with And I mean, these are signings. So like, and this is, and if I can take it one more level with you, if you don't mind, if I can just.
Well,
keep,
how much is this guy making, the Soldado guy?
I think Transfer Market had him at like about 5.
100,000?
No.
Oh, million?
Yeah.
That's how much he's making?
That's how much. That would be how much he's worth.
Oh, okay.
So the rumor is that he would come in on loan.
All day.
Yeah, because he's over at Olympiacos. He's only played like 5 games this year. But stay with me on where we're at.
Oh no, his current market value is 2.8 million.
All right.
So stay with me on where we're at.
Yeah.
With those signings,
Yeah.
where we last left off.
Yeah.
Most expensive.
Let's
player
get this timeline settled down.
Swooped in for Boca Juniors backup striker. That's where we left off. Next season, Fabio Alvarez's money drops off. The allocation money we spent on Fabio Alvarez's money.
Well,
drops
that
off.
depends on the.
Well, he's a lone player. He doesn't belong to us.
I know, but it also depends on like the negotiations
the
that's going on.
CBA.
The CBA.
Oh yeah, because it may not even matter.
It
It may not even matter. Yeah.
Oh no, hang out on that. We'll
Yeah.
we'll put a pin on that one.
Yeah.
But we're as it stands right now, we're going to get his salary back, his allocation money back. Uriel, if it doesn't work out, we're going to get his salary back.
Kitchen contract.
Maybe it's time to make a
extended.
decision on it.
Maybe it gets extended, but less money.
Bingham. Maybe go in a different direction with a domestic goalkeeper so that you can keep your international slots the way you need to, and you're saving a little more money. Maybe you move Leggett off, see if you can bring some extra money in. Maybe you move Felcher off, which I think we're all kind of in agreement. Give it to Araujo next year.
Felcher's pretty gone.
We're in a position, potentially, to be set up in a rebuild year, only to go into next season and have even more money to work with and more money to play with. With a first 11 that's pretty much already set.
And
is looking nice.
To add on to it, Antuna possibly just gone.
Look, yeah, maybe you don't need him if you're playing if Alessandrini is healthy. And it's the nice thing about Antuna, for at least for the rest of the year, you can kind of balance that workload a little bit. Alessandrini can come in for Antuna.
Yeah, but I'd like Antuna to come off the bench. I'd like to have that as a bench option.
He would be
He'd be
either
a
or.
top
I'm
bench
fine with
player.
either or. If I'm fine with monitoring if you're giving him an extension.
He'd be higher priced.
I'm fine with monitoring Alessandrini's minutes and having him come in late for when let Antuna go as hard as he wants, and then bring Alessandrini in late when other teams are exhausted, and you get to bring that guy in.
Yeah,
razor sharp focus, going to play for the minutes he's on.
And gonna run. And you guys are all tired. All your defenders are tired.
Like it's potentially. We're potentially on the cusp of a very amazing time. Now, if I can unpin that point, at the end of this season, the CBA is getting negotiated. We might end up with more designated player spots. We might end up with more allocation money. They might do away with allocation money altogether.
In rumor, people are talking about tripling
and doubling and tripling our salary. You've seen this year alone. I'm just trying to give people coming off of.
Just be aware.
7 goals conceded and back-to-back losses and all these other, just to put you to where I'm at, so we're all in the same headspace. If the CBA gets changed next year to where they've tripled the salary cap, you're looking at a season where the Galaxy just came off spending like $30 million to reset everything in 1 year. In 1 year, we dropped $30 million.
And in a year where they were kind of handicapped too.
Yeah. Where we're still struggling with, as we've been saying, $2 million in basically useless salary cap space. It looks like we're on a shifting moment. It looks like we're on the cusp of things changing.
The precipice.
And the Galaxy appear to be pushing that forward. If that's the case, ooh, goddamn, it is a good time to be a G. Don't worry about the last 2 weeks. Those are. I know they hurt, especially for the people who traveled away. I feel for you.
Yeah.
You just look people in this room. Just look towards a potentially extremely brighter future. Extremely brighter future. It's gonna be. I can't wait to see Efrain and Christian Pavon link up together in 3 years.
I think that's been a hard thing for people too, to realize that this year, even though we do have Zlatan, it's a transition year.
Yeah, you said it from the beginning.
It's a transition reset.
From the get go. Preseason, you go back and listen to Chris and I was in one of the episodes where like, whatever happens this year happens. Like, even if we don't make the playoffs, GBS isn't getting fired.
No.
DTK isn't getting fired.
Nope.
This is a year that we are establishing things. I think so far we've done that. It's hard to establish how we play as a team with Zlatan.
And you've changed.
Yeah,
You've changed.
because it's going to change.
But when he doesn't play, you can see the flashes of what was going to come.
And so it's highlights. It's highlights.
Yes,
but
exactly.
look at Franco Soldano on YouTube as best you can find. Try to find as big of a stretch of minutes as you can, not just an exact goal or an assist. If you can see, there's a lot of clips now of like all his touches in a game. He plays drastically different than anything we currently have available. Very fast, very mobile. He looks like, hey, if it's a loan, why don't you hang out for a little bit?
Yeah.
Why don't you hang out for a little bit? Because
maybe we can get you back in Europe playing.
I know he's a ninja, but realistically, this ninja's running out of time. So why don't you hang out for a little bit? Get used to the system. Argentinian, another one of fucking Argy Bargies, man. Like, let's fucking go.
All the South
So
Americans.
just try to see what you can see of him, but it's very quick, very fast. Dynamic is one of the words, MLS talking heads use. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be really, really, really fucking exciting. I worry about a lot of things with GBS like everybody else with the tactics and all that, but we're still handicapped with the system he would like to build. We're going to get it all figured out. It's about this year from the very beginning, and we said it at the very beginning so that if we started losing, it didn't look like we were coming back and trying to cover our bases. This year is foundational. It's about building for next year, the year after. No matter where we finish this year, GBS ain't getting fired. With Pavone now, maybe. But maybe.
Well, not this year.
But
Even
it's
with
like-
Pavone, he's not getting fired this year.
It's all about the progress, and we're making progress. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be fun, man. Get those notifications. Like, make sure you have them like
It's a fun day. It's a fun fucking day tomorrow.
I know. Make sure you have those notifications on because tomorrow is gonna be
It's
gonna be
break.
busy.
It's gonna break, and you don't know. It could be just Pavone. It could be Pavone and Soldano. It could be trades. We don't know. But we know it's gonna be fun.
If you want me to text you when Paul Tenorio gets the text,
There you
I'll
go.
let you guys know.
Okay,
I'll-
cool.
It'll be.
I love those threads now where it's like
Tenorio
everyone's
confirmed.
confirming that what that person confirmed before them.
What's the biggest thing outside of Pavone? Obviously, I want to see. Imagine seeing the notification. Jorgen Skjelvik got moved.
That might make it worth it.
Because that one might happen first,
Yeah.
and then seeing that and going like, holy shit, they're going for all of it.
Yeah.
They're going for it. They're
That'll
going
let
for
you know.
MLS Cup
That'll let
this
you
year.
know what's going on.
Because there's no reason to move him on if you're not making another move, right?
If you can clear him now and get rid of him now, you would. I
Because
mean, he costs so much.
You
money.
clear that whole cap space, and you get another
You
international
get an
spot out of
international
it.
spot. You don't have to loan
As
Traore
soon
down.
as possible.
As soon as possible, yeah. And it makes it so you have to do less. We're not in a position where we need to lose a Romney, where we need to lose a Steris to get the allocation money that we can get in. If there's any opportunity to move someone like Skjelvik, you do it.
But I'm saying if you see Skjelvik moved, that's got to be two of those guys coming in.
I think that's the hope. If they can find a way to get rid of him this window, they would do.
Because there's no reason to get rid of all that money because he's going to be gone by the end of the year anyways. If you're not moving another person back in with him,
I think they would be happy to not pay him $500,000 for the rest of the year. If they're going to be on the hook for it, they would be happy to get him gone. It doesn't look like it's a healthy relationship. I mean, you're the most expensive defender in your team, and you can't make the bench.
We
can't
had
imagine.
to use you out of necessity.
Necessity,
Absolutely,
yeah.
I can't imagine his relationship with the coaching staff is a positive one. If you can get something like that gone, where he's not even competing, and he's standing in the way of Traore. Get Traore on the bench and play left back.
I think Traore's anyway. Traore.
But whether he's great or not, we know we're moving on from Skjelvik.
Who started at the G2 game when you guys are at? Did Traore start?
I think Schultz
Schultz?
started.
No, Nate Schultz is on the right wing.
Schultz is right wing. Schultz,
okay.
yeah.
Well, who started?
Oh,
who
this
started
last
left
one.
back in the G2 game you were at?
Fuck,
I've heard Traore is not starting.
It wasn't.
anymore.
It was Justin Fittis.
Yep.
Justin Fittis started left wing.
So if Traore is not even starting for G2, like let's maybe not bring him up.
It's not necessarily about bringing him up because I don't think you should start. You can still start. You can start Romney over him. But if it's between giving Traore first team regular week to week experience, whether it's on the bench or in the 18, what have you,
Or putting a known quantity in Skjelvik.
or putting someone,
gotcha.
we know what we're
I
going to
gotcha.
get out of Skjelvik.
Yeah,
So let's just move on from it.
Yeah.
If we can get rid of him, get rid of him.
Actually, your left back was Omar Ontiveros, and then John Roqueo came in from on the 80th minute. Justin Fitt is plays on the right back.
Do you remember
Plays
the
right
80th minute?
Scarcely.
back. 'Cause anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. So tomorrow, get those notifications on.
What happened
because
to that kid? Ricao.
He's still playing with G2.
He played in the 80th minute.
He was there. He was kind of on the cusp of the first team and playing very regularly with the second team. He was a name for a while and
Yeah.
just kind of disappeared.
No, we'll see. Benjamin, do you want to play that lightning sound for us, please?
Hey, do you want me to run through it, or do you want to run through it on Twitter and ask these two?
Whoa.
Sure.
Where's the fire,
I
guys?
guess
Adamant and angry.
Where's the fire?
I guess you don't want to do your one job that you have on here.
Ooh,
Ask the questions. That's fine.
Salty.
That works for me.
I got you. From Jesse Werner,
Ben
favorite
really said that works for me, like his feelings were hurt.
favorite Boateng memories.
When he scored with his dick, that was impressive.
Against CJ?
Yeah.
Favorite Boateng moment. Him with Zlatan. I mean, those are always fun. Like,
Yeah, when he would last year when he would get subbed out for Zlatan, or he would get subbed in and Zlatan would get subbed out. Or
no,
Zlatan...
like any like the videos are together. Like they would seem like this weird like duo.
I just liked, because I didn't like much about him or his game, but
speed kills, man.
speed, yeah, bad at speed even kills worse. I liked watching him and just seeing everyone wait whenever there was a substitution to go, which one's Boateng? Because you knew 100% he wasn't playing 90 minutes. He was never going to play 90 minutes. I should take a quick second while you guys are talking.
That's your favorite moment?
If I can find, I didn't like anything about his game.
Nothing stands out. Like goal against RSL. Like you just say,
Yeah,
his goals against RSL.
But that's the thing. That
had
that
that one
doesn't
that he
even stand
curled.
out. That only stands out to you because he never scored against anyone else. Like one move earlier this season. I can't remember the game it was.
So let's just say you have no.
That goal
memories
against Cincinnati was pretty nice. That was clean,
That was a clean goal.
and it was like, what? That made no sense.
My
from
favorite
him,
my favorite Boateng moment was that day on August 6th when he got traded.
For 200,000. Yeah, exactly.
That's my favorite Boateng. moment.
From Matt Serrano, sup with the Saldana cat.
we just went over it, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Go back.
He-
Go back.
I'm
20
excited
minutes.
to see his highlight. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see his highlight reel.
Why did you read that?
Yeah.
I'm reading all of
And
them.
he said, "Wait a minute," and then you were like, "Wait, Chris, let me ask the specific question
Well, I don't know.
that
what
only you can answer."
Who should be not from?
You should read it before,
from Rodrigo.
like, to
Hey,
yourself
I'm reading questions.
before you read it outside. or
Who
read it out
invited you,
loud.
anyways? Rodrigo Rodriguez.
Ben did.
Exactly.
Talk to your producer, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Who should we not be open to trade or let go at this moment?
Pontius. I said Pontius. I heard there was a rumor that Pontius was getting moved earlier today while we were
United one of
driving,
them, yeah.
and I was like, "Oh shit, that's bad," because then we have two strikers, and Zubak's the second one.
If we traded Pontius to United, he definitely would have scored against us.
Oh yeah,
like 100%.
absolutely. Every game he played against us, he would score against us.
I'm not. There's not a lot of people that are even possible trade bits that I wouldn't be open to trading. I think we're kind of shuffling off the ones that I'm willing to. I would love to get rid of Leggett, really, just to clear the money.
No,
I think he's
I'm not
I
down-
think he's
I'm not down
capped.
with that.
I think we've
think
seen
he's
everything
done?
we're ever gonna. No, it's not that he's done. I just think we've seen anything we're ever gonna see out of him, and it doesn't seem to work well enough.
Man, right before he got injured with the national team, he looked like he was starting to turn a corner.
And that was
And
3
be-
injuries ago.
Yeah, but that was
I know,
that was a
I
while
know.
ago.
If there's one person that is like always up for trade rumors that I don't want traded, it'd be Alessandrini.
Yeah.
I don't want him to say it. I don't want him to be. If he's going to go somewhere, I don't want him outside of the
This
league.
is my argument
Because I don't want to see him at Impact, Montreal Impact, and he
They
would
signed
wreck us.
Boyan.
No,
so
I
he's-
know,
as a
but,
DP
but he's the
sense.
guy that there's a team that they always like.
This is my argument, man. As a TAM player, as a non-designated
Yeah.
player, as a TAM player, Alessandrini is exactly what
Yes,
you want.
Absolutely.
He's perfect. He loves playing here. He loves playing here. He's heart and fucking soul.
Yeah.
He's actually a quality player when he's healthy. If he's not a designated player, which is the most expensive tag in MLS, if he's not a designated player, he's what you're trying to find
Yeah.
in
a TAM player.
in an upper echelon,
Yeah.
in a Fabio Alvarez.
Yes.
He's exactly what you're looking for in a Fabio Alvarez. If you're getting him for 500 grand, that's a masterstroke. You don't want to bring in someone at 500. You don't want to bring in someone at the same price you'd pay Alessandrini right now and hope that person acclimates to the team. Hope that person acclimates to the city, to the country, and actually wants to be there and actually wants to play like he wants to be there. If you can keep him and bring in Pavone and have Jonathan
Have everything.
and have Zlatan,
If you have your cake and eat it too.
You-
You do.
why wouldn't
you
you?
do it? Yeah.
That's not someone you throw away.
Is this is from Yossi on Twitter. Is Shelvick the biggest defensive disappointment in Galaxy history, taking money and skill into account?
Siani was more disappointing. I mean, well, it depends on what you mean by disappointing. Like seeing him week in, week out, Siani was more disappointing in
He
that
was
sense.
more sad watching
it
him.
was sad, yeah.
exactly.
It was just sad
It
watching him.
Yeah. But as far as
You
like,
literally saw a player who's like can't hang anymore.
Well, that was your
as far as like
Kudicini moment.
expectations, we expected Shelvick because he was the Norwegian
He's a big-
defender of the year.
But wouldn't that
2
be the
years-
biggest disappointment then?
2 years before? Yeah, so I would say that's probably
Plus the money it
accurate.
would cost to pay. Your
I got to stick with my loyal one. I gotta stick with my road dog.
Albo Xavier.
Given what Eduardo Dominguez was supposed
yeah.
to be,
yeah, I should have figured.
given what Dominguez
yeah.
was supposed to be, and how much we were paying him, circa what 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, that's fair.
it'll always be hard for me to pick
Yeah.
anyone but that guy. Carlo Cudicini worth a shout as a
Yeah.
defensive player.
Javi asks, how long did y'all have a boner for when pictures of Pavone at LAX started surfacing?
Oh, so I asked because I was driving. We were doing whiskey tastings.
I saw that. That looked beautiful.
Distilleries, on Sunday. So I was like, "Yo, people who are going to the airport, I know there's a few of you. Like, tag me in some pictures." And my man Mazza from Straight from the Stands, what it do, baby? He got some pictures. I got another picture from. Shoot, I should have remembered who did this, but some people sent me pictures, and I got very excited because it felt real. I was over it. You know, most of us were pretty over it at that point, but it felt real. And it's like, fuck, he's here. He wouldn't be here for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't be here, and we're not going to sign him, basically.
Oh, we're signing.
Yeah.
I mean, what player in the world knows that there is a transfer involving them and then starts taking pictures of him holding the jersey?
Yeah.
Unless he's been told, hey, it's all done.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We're figuring things
Or
out.
like I think on his Instagram, like someone posted like, "Hey, good luck in LA" or whatever, and then he like reposted it on his Instagram.
Yeah,
stories.
so I think the night before, like, he had a family member was posting pictures like
Yeah.
goodbye party. So
I will say this. Speaking on Pavone, I just got texted by a good friend of the show. I guess it's reported out anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
Pavone is actually coming non-designated player. Looks like Alessandrini's keeping his spot. So
is Boca paying part of his salary?
I don't
because
that would be
the waterworks from MLS fans. If that happens,
Wasn't that the point of him coming halfway and only
Yeah.
$2 million?
so that
it'd
it's
be
cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just buy him down with Tam.
Yeah. Which just means Alessandrini gets his extension at the end of the year.
yeah, and he's gonna stay as a TAM player.
Oh,
Ugh.
Wet.
Because why do the extension now? We'll wait till we clear up some money at the end of the year,
right?
baby.
We got a new CBA
Baby.
coming.
all right.
Oh man,
Matt Alessandra asks, when is Andrew going to start dominating the prediction game?
Ooh,
oh,
it's any week now.
Yeah, when I start playing it.
So anytime now, right?
So
I think
it's
I
not
started.
happening.
I think I started week 6, and then I stopped like week 10. I don't know. Tony will find out. Tony will tell
Tony
me.
asks us.
Yeah. I could. I'm gonna start now. I think I've got like 3 points. I don't know. I'm gonna
There's still time.
hat trick.
Ed's getting ready to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime now. All right, and last one, Galaxy Fan 96. How would you rate DTK and GBS so far?
Well, they'd have to be separate because I'd rate GBS less than I would rate DTK. DTK would get a higher rating than GBS right now because GBS, yes, it's not his team, but he has been.
Let's make it easy. Letter grades.
I'd give GBS a B minus,
Okay.
maybe a C plus actually, because he has been outcoached. There's been times
Couple
where
more
he's
than
been
a couple
tactics, yeah. And
Hell,
it's,
Atlanta.
and it's been kind of obvious what we're gonna do, and teams are marking into that. But
Mhm.
again, that has less to do with him, I feel, and more to do with
The players not
the
getting
players
it.
on the field.
Yeah.
So I would give DTK a it depends on what happens tomorrow. This could go from a B to an A, like AAA.
Yeah.
Triple.
Real quick, this could be. I would give him a B. I would give him a B, a solid B right now.
But do you
tomorrow.
Andrew, do you throw any of that to GBS because he is the one that his connections are bringing in these players?
Are
It's
we
not
saying just
solely
really quick? Are we
DTK.
saying are you basing it on where we're currently at right now, or
Yes.
where we could be tomorrow?
Currently at right
Okay.
now. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
again,
I just
you
want to
can't-
paint my
You
answer.
have to
Yeah.
grade him on what he's done now.
Yeah.
You can't
If-
grade him on what's.
But we know
possible.
what he's done.
If tomorrow he gets everything done that you just said, that might happen.
Well, here.
I diamond grade. I don't know.
I know.
What do you- double platinum diamond forever. I don't know. The Hope diamond. I don't know. I don't know how. What's the highest grade you could give someone?
Platinum.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know the highest grade anyone can get.
Okay, man. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Obviously.
I don't know about shady diamond deals and shit. I'm sorry.
You know, Ben's not the
Ben's
butt
not
shady,
the
man.
things
Ben
in
lives in
the
the
world.
shadows, man.
I never lived blood diamond, bro.
Based on assuming the obvious thing hasn't been concluded yet, you got to give him at least a solid B.
To DTK.
To DTK.
Okay.
Solid B, B plus.
Because you got to put in like
He's
the
done
Fav-
well with what he was given
The,
at the
Fa-
beginning.
the
of the
Fabio
year.
Alvarez's, the Antunes, they haven't been.
Well, selling Kamara without a replacement is the big knock. For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Going into the season with a 37-year-old as good as he is, as great as he is,
Your
going
only
into the
striker.
season with a 37-year-old who has screwed up both of his legs and relatively recently, as your only striker, and needing to sign Ethan Zubak to a first-team deal out of necessity as a last-minute move. Pontius, who's had his injury concerns, being your only other backup forward. Like, Zlatan, 3 guys who could conceivably be kind of shaky, as you're going into the season as a decision, selling off Ola Kamara. It's you wonder how many things could have gotten done if we didn't make that move. But the defensive reinforcements, what Polenta looks like he could be, what Giancarlo on his day looks like he could be, actually progressing Araujo up to the first team, like genuinely getting him into the first team. It appears.
even being able to bring him in, like,
And it appears there's a culture shift in G2 too.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a culture shift in our academy and G2.
Nate Schultz,
That's a
who
big deal.
typically plays right back, was playing right wing just in the same way Araujo usually does.
And we also feel after the TJ game that there's going to be other players that might maybe towards the end of the season break into the first team. Krylock, or what's the guy's name?
oh, that's gonna be possible to say.
That's a
like, we'll
possible.
see.
You know what I mean? Especially if we don't have another striker. If that striker deal doesn't happen, well, we may need him.
Yeah.
I think there is a culture shift. And I think that should be graded.
Well, I've heard DTK's, and it was just an opinion of a friend of mine, but I've heard DTK's outlook on an internal outlook is we need to win today. And you look at that and go, but you've built so much.
Is that him or is that the Galaxy?
That say what?
That we got to win today.
No, that his mentality is we need to win today.
Hmm.
But you look at what he's built, and it's like foundationally,
Yeah.
we're set up for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
If you're focused on, and you look at it and you're like, we're keeping Alessandrini because he's going to come back healthy for a playoff push. We're getting Pavone over the line. We got Zlatan back. We got rid of Gio and potentially Shelvik in the same window or in the same year.
It's early yet, and we haven't lost anybody for free.
We're not. Youth kids are actually getting a shot. Like if this is winning for today, he's still, and GBS.
It's like the Dodgers. The
Yeah.
Dodgers, they rebuilt their system, and we're competing while that's happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. It's something you don't really see in baseball.
Yeah. So and GBS, I'm going to give an A because he still has not lost to LAFC, and that's all I ask of him really. Because
lost
this
2
season
games
was
to
going to
San
be
Jose. I just want to throw that out there.
Hey, look,
That's the real rival.
can't
Fuck
win,
LAFC.
can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
Can't win 'em
baby.
That's the real rival.
All right. Is there a FIFA update?
Mazza.
I got eliminated. Yeah, it's Mazza versus
Sure.
Chair Bear in the final, which will happen at some point.
This has been the longest
longest
postseason,
season.
right?
Well, they had to wait for me because I went to Portland, and as long as you go on an away trip, you get like special dispensation
for a week.
Yeah,
so
wasn't
for
it
a
even
week.
before that? Like before you went on vacation, you're supposed to play the
It
game.
was like a week and a half.
It was
before
great.
vacation.
I was poking.
Jared keeps ducking me, man.
Poking Jer is like too easy.
So who's in the final?
Jer Bear and Mazzatelli from
Mazzatelli?
Straight from
Right.
the Stands.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get that live streamed. Put
Yeah,
that up there.
we'll set a date and then we'll get it out.
Vamos Mazza.
And then
I'm down with that.
do we have a slice of bacon for this week?
We do. Shit, let me pull that up because I got it right.
So thank you. We want to say quick thanks to Jamie for doing this for us.
Thank you, Jamie.
If you go to Squadcast.com, you'll see that there's a section that we have the slice of bacon. Every week she does a little write up for us, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jamie.
You
really
want to explain
appreciate
what it is?
It's her breakdown of opponents for the week and like the games that are happening that can affect our
affect the
games.
Galaxy.
So
There you go.
and right now it's Galaxy's
Yeah, it's
Galaxy's
everything.
very close.
It's every
to,
team in the West, basically.
Galaxy's very close to jumping out of the playoffs real quick. So
She didn't actually title this one, but after scoring 2 goals for the opposition in Atlanta, Galaxy find themselves barely hanging on to a fifth place spot with 37 points. Minnesota, San Jose, and Seattle all sit with them at 38 points. If the Galaxy can manage any points in DC and the soccer gods bless us with a loss by the other 3 teams, Galaxy can reclaim that second spot. Seattle will host recent table climber New England, and Minnesota will fly to Dallas while San Jose will brave the Prairie Dog Plague in Colorado. It's worth noting that RSL with 34 points won't surpass the Galaxy this week, even with a win, as they will have one less win. MLS first head tiebreaker is wins, overall wins.
Because we got to be different.
Yeah, we have to be unique. So thank you, Jamie. We'll get her full length.
full write up will be on the website.
And they're good. Go read them.
Go read them and send Jamie a tweet saying, "Hey, that's a good write up."
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank
There you go.
Jamie.
All right, I think that's it. Anyone else had anything, or you guys good?
think I'm good.
Hey,
man.
what are you guys gonna do with those voicemails?
I'm gonna put them. I'm compiling. Remember I told you I'm gonna compile them together.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sort of, I don't
So
know.
so if you heard last week, we played a couple of Andrew's email or voicemails on his road trip to Atlanta,
These are raw updates. Just
and
want you
so
to know.
In
we
the
have some.
moment.
Yeah.
We have the the trip going there, and we have some at the game, and then some coming back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compile them all together. We'll put them up on the stream so you can have it as like a downloadable podcast. And then what I'm gonna do too is gonna put it on. I'm gonna do a little editing, make a little video, and post it up on YouTube.
There's one where I left too. I was drunk. Just ignore the first one.
I'm playing both of them.
Okay. All right.
I'll go through them.
I don't know what happened.
So,
I just stopped. Something happened. I don't know.
well, that way you can relive some moments that you don't remember.
But it's like the exact same thing.
We'll not listen to it.
All right.
Uh,
Whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew, for stopping in.
Yeah, no problem.
That
Ready
is
to knock out.
at Samoa Bob on Twitter. You can go follow him. Ben, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben. You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com. Go visit the site, check out the Patreon and store.
Tucker, where can they find you on the socials, my man?
You can find me at ZeroCool138, and yeah, getting hitched this weekend, man. Look for some pics.
So send your
It should be fun.
congratulations to Chris.
Don't do that, but
Why not?
yeah, sure, go ahead. Why not? And it looks like I did want to mention. It looks like we're chartering back from DC United this week, so that's one of our charter flights for the season.
One of our segments.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Riot Squadcast. Go like and share our stuff, please. We appreciate that. If you're listening to our YouTube or you want to listen to our YouTube live streams, go to youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. Like it, share it when you see it posted. You really appreciate when you guys do that. You guys can leave a voicemail after, before, or during the game. Give us a call at 562 641-527. I don't get it.
That's 562
Yeah.
641 5277.
Ben's like, fuck how long you're taking to
I don't-
say this number.
I don't know why the volume just like drastically raised. Why do you do no production work for the whole show? And then in the last like 15 seconds, you're like, now I'm really going to everybody remember that I was here. I'm right? I'm 100% right? I'm 1,000%
Bye.
No, I'm right. There's no work for the whole show. And in the last like 15 seconds, what the hell just happened? Why did the music get turned up? No one has headphones on. Why are you talking to that microphone?
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch. Woo!
Matt was like, fade out to y'all jumping bit.